Planning Commission. Sheridan Media's Aaron Palmer.
Sheridan County's commissioners considered a landlord's consent to assignment between Bighorn Airways Incorporated and First Bank of Wyoming. Airport manager Robert Gill explained the need for the agreement.
Bighorn Airways is closing on a building purchased at 2665 Aviation Drive at the Sheridan County Airport Business Park. This building sits on land leased from Sheridan County. As part of the sale of the building, Bighorn Airways will finance the building with First Bank of Wyoming. As a security interest, the lease will need to be assigned to First Bank of Wyoming. Then in event of default, First Bank of Wyoming can sell the building and assign the lease to a new lessee with Sheridan County's consent.
Gill then requested the commission approve the consent to assignment, which they did by unanimous vote. I'm Aaron Palmer reporting for Sheridan Media News.
This is your home for local sports. 1410 KWYO Sheridan.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And a very good evening. Welcome to Week 6 of the Class 4A football season. I'm Shane Parker with your First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show. Tonight, the number 1 ranked Sheridan Broncs make the 370-mile trip to take on the 1-5 Rock Springs Tigers in a game that we hope that the Broncs don't overlook their opponent, as next week, number 1 versus number 2 lurks. The Broncs picked up their 49th consecutive victory last week, beating a very solid Cheyenne Central team 28-14. It was also the 31st consecutive home win for the Broncs, tying yet another record in the process. This week, the theme is to stay healthy, as the Broncs are very beat up and several of the players are either out or nursing nagging injuries. And the one thing the Broncs do not have this season is depth. The Broncs will be without at least 3 seniors for tonight's game, including Breck Reed, who's out with the broken foot, Josh Freed, who tore his ACL, and they could possibly be without Beck Haswell, who rolled an ankle on the first drive in last week's game, but then toughed it out and continued to play last week, but he has not practiced much this week. The Broncs know that it will take a full team effort to maintain their undefeated season. As for the Rock Springs Tigers, they come in with a 1-5 record, and their only win is against winless Cheyenne South. But they do have the leading rusher in the state, so the Broncs defense will have to be on their toes. Rock Springs will run a very different-looking offense with several offset line looks and several different handoff options. Can the Broncs get off the long bus ride and execute the game plan? Well, we're about to find out. If the Broncs can win that lucrative number 50, the 50th consecutive game. Coming up on the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show, we will take a look at this week's YO Preps coaches and media poll. We will hear from Kevin Coyle as he will have this week's history report, and we will also run down tonight's games in Class 4A, as well as the other games around Sheridan County and Johnson County. We will also hear from head coach Jeff Mowry as he will break down the matchup for us tonight, and we'll talk to him about this winning streak and about him winning his 80th game last week. All that and more coming your way right here on the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show, right here on 1410 KWYO, 106.9 FM, and streaming live at SheridanMedia.com.
It's hunting season, and Farmers Co-op is ready to make your hunting trip a whole lot better. They have propane for your RV and hunting camp bottles, ethanol-free premium fuel for your ATV, certified weed-free hay bales or cubes for your horses, and don't forget snacks, drinks, and ice for yourself from their fully stocked convenience store. Stop in before you head out on your hunt at Farmers Co-op, owned by those they serve, 1450 Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan.
Have you been to the showroom at Thompson Master Masons? If you're thinking about doing a masonry project, you need to stop by and check it out. Thompson's is located on the corner of Broadway and 11th in Sheridan with a showroom full of brick and stone samples. They offer both man-made and natural stone. As a matter of fact, Thompson Master Masons has the widest selection of stone, block, and brick in town. Wholesale or retail, contact Thompson Master Masons.
Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing, with offices in Sheridan and Casper, are ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. The Sheridan office of Michael Lansing and Nicole Soto provide competent local legal services focused on businesses, real estate transactions, estate planning, employee protections, trust litigation, and personal injury. Michael and Nicole will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights and are proud to support all local youth activities.
For 140 years, First Northern Bank of Wyoming has proudly served our Wyoming communities. Through many chapters of our customers and community stories, we've been here, a neighbor you can count on. Here, you're more than just a number. We're committed to providing exceptional personalized service that fits your needs. Because at First Northern Bank, you're more than a customer, you're family. Come see how Wyoming has trusted us as your community bank for 140 years. First Northern Bank of Wyoming, proudly serving Wyoming for 140 years. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 402576.
This is Patrick Johnson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show as the Bronx get ready to take on the Rock Springs Tigers here tonight in Rock Springs. Let's take a look at this week's YO Preps Coaches and Media Poll. Not a lot of changes from last week. In 1A 6-man, Little Snake River continues to lead the way as they were unanimous number one with 14 first-place votes, followed by Encampment. Burlington is 3, Farson Eden 4, and DuBois checks in at number 5. In Class 1A 9-man, Pine Bluffs continues to lead the way at number 1. They received 13 of the 16 first-place votes. Grable moves up to number 2 with their 3 first-place votes. Big Piney is 3rd, followed by Rocky Mountain, and Lingle Fort Laramie is in 5th place. In Class 2A, Bighorn continues to lead the way with 13 first-place votes. Mountain View is in 2nd. They receive 6 first-place votes. Thermopolis is the 3rd-ranked team, followed by Lovell and Burns. In Class 3A, Star Valley, the unanimous number 1 as they receive 23 first-place votes. Cody is 2nd, followed by Riverton, Lander, and Douglas. And in Class 4A, a little bit of a shift. Sheridan remains number 1 with their 14 first-place votes. Campbell County now moves up to 2 as they continue their undefeated season. They picked up 2 first-place votes as well. East is 3rd, Cheyenne Central 4th, and Natrona County is 5th this week. And that is a look at your YO Preps Coaches and Media Poll. Coming up, we will hear from Kevin Coyle as he will run down the football history report. And later on, we will hear from head coach Jeff Mowry. He'll talk to us about the game tonight. That and much more coming your way right here on the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show here on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
When the Sheridan Bronx take the field, they bring strength, precision, and pride. At Simply Stone, they bring that same energy into every project, specializing in countertops. Their team fabricates and installs the finest quartz, marble, granite, and porcelain surfaces, turning your home into something truly exceptional. Just like the Bronx, they believe in hard work, dedication, and a rock-solid foundation. Stop by their showroom at 2745 Heartland Drive or visit simplystonewyo.com. Simply Stone, simply the best.
Hi, this is Austin with Mystic Tree Farm. Fall is the perfect time to plant trees. Cottonwoods, aspens, crab apples, and more, all in stock. At Mystic Tree Farm, we're already prepping for fall planting. So come pick your trees and schedule early. Remember, if we plant it, we guarantee it for a full year. Mystic Tree Farm, just north of town at 114 Decker Road.
Wyoming Corporate Office is located at 30 North Gould Street in Sheridan, and they provide a myriad of services. What is a registered agent, you may ask? The real question is, what aren't they? Wyoming Corporate Office can assist you in forming your LLC or Wyoming-based corporation, provide mail forwarding service, and accept legal and financial documents, and so much more. Learn more today by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com.
Hi, this is Jill Bates with the Bates team at Best. Kids are back in school, the temperatures are starting to cool, so now is the time to take a deep breath before your next big thing starts. But just because classrooms are opened up, the summer is behind us, doesn't mean that the real estate market has cooled off. The fall season is one of the best times to sell and market your property with things a little calmer and often cozier weather throughout the day. And for buyers, now is the time to jump on that perfect home for you, so you're all set for the winter season ahead. Let us help find the best fit for you. Give us a call at 675-BEST and visit besttoby.net today.
Range is giving thanks to local businesses that make living here the best. This year, we thank the Sheridan County YMCA, the Hub on Smith, Teriyaki Madness, Java Moon, and the Sheridan Seed Company for all they do. Range is donating to organizations chosen by these businesses to help spread joy and thanks this season. Live your West life. That's the motivation for everything we do at Range. Learn more at range.net/givesthanks.
In a world full of pipes, they existed for over 100 years, getting to the source of humanity's plumbing problems. Now, in a toilet somewhere in the city, a terrible evil has been released. One man, one mission, one chance, and this time, it's for real. For showtimes and plumbing, call A+ Plumbers and Appliance Repair, 672-9454.
For Sheridan Media Sports, I'm Kevin Coyle with your Sheridan County High School Football History Report for Week 6 of 2025. Information courtesy wyoming-football.com. For Sheridan at Rock Springs, this game kicks off Friday at 6 p.m. Sheridan won the first meeting between the two teams in the 1934 state championship game, while Rock Springs got its first win in the 1935 state championship game. Sheridan leads the series 30-4 with 2 ties, including the postseason, and has won the last 23 times the two teams have played each other, outscoring RS 824-266 in the process. Rock Springs' last win was in 1959 at Sheridan. As far as games at Rock Springs go, Sheridan leads the series 11-2 with 1 tie and has won in each of their last 8 visits. Rock Springs' last home win versus Sheridan was in 1956. Sheridan's longest win streak versus Rock Springs is the current 23-game streak that started back in 1982, no games played from 1994 to 2008, while Rock Springs' longest win streak versus Sheridan is 2 from 1955 to 1956. Sheridan has shut out Rock Springs 9 times, the last in 2017, while Rock Springs has shut out Sheridan 3 times, the last in 1956. Sheridan's largest margin of victory versus Rock Springs is 51 in 1983, 64-13, and in 2017, 51-zip, while Rock Springs' largest margin of victory versus Sheridan is 19 in the 1935 state championship game, 19-zip, and in 1956, also 19-zip. The most points that Sheridan has scored in a game versus Rock Springs is 64 in 1983, 64-13, while the most points that Rock Springs has scored in a game versus Sheridan is 28 in 2022, lost 39-28. The two teams have never had a game versus each other go to overtime. For Glen Rock at Bighorn, this game kicks off Friday at 6 p.m. Glen Rock won the first meeting between the two teams in 1941, while Bighorn got its first win in 2004. BH leads the series 10-5 and has won the last 5. As far as games at Bighorn go, BH leads the series 4-1, not counting 1941 when the two teams played each other at Sheridan, and not counting 2010 when the two teams played each other at Normative Services. Bighorn's longest winning streak versus Glen Rock is the current 5-game streak that started in 2020, while Glen Rock's longest winning streak versus BH is 2 from 2015 to 2016. Bighorn has shut out Glen Rock 3 times, the last in 2022, while Glen Rock has never shut out BH. The largest margin of victory for Bighorn versus Glen Rock is 49 in 2022, 49-zip, while the largest margin of victory for Glen Rock versus BH is 22 in 2015, 30-8. The most points that Bighorn has scored in a game versus Glen Rock is 54 last year, 54-14, while the most points that Glen Rock has scored in a game versus BH is 48 in 2009, 48-27. The two teams have never had a game versus each other go to overtime. For Tongue River at Wheatland, this game kicks off Friday at 6 p.m. Wheatland won the first meeting between the two teams in 2012, while Tongue River got its first win in 2022. Wheatland leads the series 5-2. As far as games at Wheatland go, Wheatland leads the series 2-1. TR's longest winning streak versus Wheatland is 2 from 2022 to 2023, while Wheatland's longest winning streak versus Tongue River is 4 from 2012 to 2021, no games played from 2014 to 2019. TR has shut out Wheatland once in 2022, while Wheatland has shut out Tongue River once in 2012, which was the first meeting between the two teams. The largest margin of victory for TR versus Wheatland is 41 in 2022, 41 zip, while the largest margin of victory for Wheatland versus Tongue River is 39 in 2012, 39 zip. The most points that TR has scored in a game versus Wheatland is 41 in 2022, 41 zip, while the most points that Wheatland has scored in a game versus Tongue River is 39 in 2012, 39 zip. The two teams have never had a game versus each other go to overtime. With your Sheridan Media High School Football History Report, I'm Kevin Coyle for Sheridan Media Sports.
With the colder weather coming, Moss Holders wants to help you be a little more comfortable in your home. So right now, all reclining furniture is on sale. Save on every reclining sofa, love seat, and individual recliner Moss Holders sells. You can choose from a wide variety of quality manufacturers like Flex Steel, Southern Motion, Best, and more. Moss Holders has a large selection in stock, or you can customize your piece and order in your perfect recliner in fabric or leather of your choice. That's Moss Holders Reclining Sale going on now. Moss Holders, furniture is our passion.
Have you been in to see Sheridan YO sports cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. The Bronx and Tigers have now taken the field for warm-ups for tonight's game. Let's take a look at all the games going on around the state of Wyoming, particularly in Class 4A, 3A, and the Sheridan County games in Class 2A. In 4A, Sheridan at Rock Springs tonight. Thunder Basin will travel across Campbell County to take on the Campbell County Camels. Another inner-city squad matchup tonight is number 3, Cheyenne East will play at number 4, Cheyenne Central. That's going to be a big one down there in Capital City. And the Oil Bowl will take place in Casper this week as well. Kelly Walsh will travel to play at Natrona County, and Cheyenne South will play at Laramie. In Class 3A, the Buffalo Bison, they will be hosting Torrington tonight. And in 2A, Glen Rock will play at Bighorn tonight, and Tongue River will play at Wheatland. We'll keep you up to date on those scores throughout the evening. That is a look at all the 4A games as well as your Sheridan County games for tonight. Coming up right here on the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show, we will hear from head coach Jeff Mowry on what he thinks about tonight's matchup and how injuries are affecting the young Sheridan Broncs. We will have that interview coming up next here on the First Federal Bank and Trust pregame show on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
No shirt, no shoes, no problem. Online banking is fast and convenient with Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. If you have a smartphone, you can do your banking from anywhere, including remote deposit. Just take a picture of your check and send it. It's that easy. And you'll instantly have access to the first $200 available and the rest shortly thereafter. Yep, banking is that easy with remote deposit at Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Don't put your running shoes away yet. The Sheridan Rec District's annual Halloween 5K and 1 mile kids run is Saturday, October 25th at the Rec District office at Thornrider Park. Check in at 8:30 a.m. Race starts at 9. Wear your costume for a chance to win Best Costume for Kids and Adults. Other prizes raffled too. Sign up now at SheridanRecreation.com for just $15. Race day signups are $25. Questions? Call 674-6421. See you October 25th for the Halloween Fun Run at Thornrider Park. Looking for a hobby that inspires you? Sheridan College's community interest classes let you learn something new just for the joy of it. Sharpen your creativity with watercolor in Johnson County, stretch into beginning yoga, or finally take that swing with golf for beginners. Available in Sheridan, discover fly tying, Plains Indian art history, intro to butchering, and investing basics. Why wait? Make time for yourself this fall. Sign up today at sheridan.edu/community or call 307-675-0115. That's sheridan.edu/community or call 675-0115.
Looking to get rewarded just for spending? With our You Choose Debit Cards reward program, you can earn points every time you swipe. Redeem your points for cash back, gift cards, travel, and more. It's your money. It pays to spend smarter. Enroll today and make your debit card work as hard as you do. Visit Security State Bank today and start earning with You Choose Rewards at no cost to you. Security State Bank, small enough to listen, big enough to help. Member FDIC.
All right, we're here with Coach Mowry on a Friday night after the long road trip. Let's just talk a little bit about how things went last Friday. Obviously, Cheyenne Central, very talented football team. They were without their UW commit. He was out of the country, which may or may not have been a difference maker for them. But you walked away with the win. How'd you feel after the game on Friday?
You know, I was really excited. A 14-28 win over Central. If you'd have told me that was going to happen early in the week, I don't know if I would have believed you. Our guys came out and played hard and executed well. Cheyenne Central is a good football team. They're well coached and they've got good athletes. They're physical, they're fast, and they're everything you'd want to play. And so I was really pleased to come away with that, and I thought our guys came out and played hard. I thought they were physical, and I thought they executed well. We had a little adversity with some injuries and putting some guys in some different spots, and I thought those guys that were put in those spots did a great job of rising to the occasion and executed, and we came out with a big win.
Let's talk a little bit about the injury bug. Boy, the first couple weeks we seemed to be just fine. We were kind of getting through those games, even though the second week obviously we play Thunder and they're a talented football team, but the injury bugs it's really started to catch up with you now.
Yeah, it is, and I think that was bound to happen. We've been pretty fortunate the last few years, and we lost some guys early, and then it just continues to pile on a little bit. And some of them are week to week, day to day type of injuries. Others are season long, and we've lost some critical guys, especially some seniors. It's hard to see those seniors that are, in a knee brace or going through surgery and things like that. It's really hard to see those guys. Josh Freed's one of them, Monty Morris, another one, just to name a couple of them. We've just had a lot of them that have been injured, unfortunately, and that takes a toll on things. When we put a lot on our seniors, and they're our leaders within our program. It's hard for them to continue to lead when they're injured because they don't feel like they have the same role. And so finding that new role on the team is challenging, yet all roles are important. And so they've got to find roles that are important to them, and they've got to go out and execute. And, hopefully we'll get some of those guys back. Cooper Lynn's one that is a senior and was out early, and now we have him back. Peyton Ormseth is another one. He's been out all the season, and hopefully we'll have the opportunity to get him back before the end of the season. It's looking like we might, and Breck Reed is the same. Maybe we'll get him back in the postseason. We'll just hope and keep our fingers crossed that those guys get to come back, because we love having them on our team, and we love having them being able to play, and that's what they want to do. They want to get out there and play with their teammates.
Well, those seniors, they're experienced, and when you can roll out a senior versus maybe a sophomore that's their backup, it makes a big difference.
It does. It makes a huge difference in not only their experience, but their confidence level. Yeah. We put so much with our seniors, and they take a lot of pride in their leadership, and when they're not able to go out and compete, it's hard on them. And so getting them out there with that confidence and that belief that they can go out and execute, and it's their time to go out and execute, is huge. The mental part of the football game is really, really important, and those guys believe it. And so, if we can get those guys back, it would be a really benefit to us and to those kids.
We turn our attention now to Rock Springs for this week, and obviously they're a program that's been struggling. They're 1-5 on the season. Their only win is against winless South. And how do you keep the kids going in the positive direction? You see them at practice, and you maybe not have as sharp a practice as you coaches would like to have, but you're just trying to keep those guys motivated throughout the week to be able to perform at a high level on Friday.
Yeah, that can be a challenge for sure. And we put a lot of emphasis on a coaching staff is on our process and are we doing a good job every single day in practice, and are we getting better every single day in practice? And if that's our focus, then we believe what happens on Friday night will take care of itself. And so we put a lot of emphasis on our Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday practices, and are we getting better in these practices? And if we are, then Friday night's score will take care of itself, because that what we're getting done in practice will translate into our game. And so we really put a lot of time into that, and we put a lot on our seniors, as I've said, to lead that charge and make sure they're executing on special teams. And when we have a week like last week, homecoming, and there's lots of events going on. This week, we have the funeral for one of our teammates' mothers, and we have the marching band competition on Tuesday, where we're not in our normal routine. We put it on our seniors to be leaders and handle that adversity and be able to still perform when we get on the field.
So obviously a long bus trip this week to Rock Springs,
Yep.
and got to kind of change the way you guys, the time you leave, and when you're going clear to Rock Springs. Obviously you coaches are used to that, but these guys haven't played in Rock Springs before. So to make that road trip, it's going to be a challenge for the guys as well.
Yeah, and that's, one more thing in this week is just that long bus trip. And like you said, many of these guys haven't stepped foot on Rock Springs field. A few of them did when they came as sophomores, but it's a different place to play. It's a long bus trip, and we've got to get off and be able to execute. It's nice when we travel to Casper, Gillette, or have our own home games. We're in our normal routine. Well, this routine is definitely not normal. It's further than Cheyenne, where we're leaving a little bit earlier. We're stopping in Rollins for a little bit longer. So we try to make it where we can get off the bus and stretch our legs a little bit halfway, but at the same time, it's a lot of sitting on a bus all day. And so our guys got to mentally be ready to go, and they've got to get off the bus, get physically ready, and lock themselves in mentally to what's my job on this play, and think through what's my responsibility, so I can set my buddies up for success.
6-0 again to start the season. Obviously Rock Springs tonight, and again we talked about them having their struggles. But do you feel like the last couple of weeks that you guys are still climbing, making momentum, and getting better day in and day out, and game in and game out?
Yeah, I think so. We see our guys. It's different guys. We talked about with those injuries, and so I think as a team, we're continuing to get better as a team. Each guy individually is getting better, and that makes us better as a whole. Now, some of our guys that are, in boots and knee braces on the side, if we had those guys, it would definitely help us. But I think our guys have continued to work, and those guys that have stepped into roles where other people have been hurt have done a good job, and continuing to take pride in their job and do it to the best of their ability. And that's all we can ask at the end of the day.
So now we talk about this Rock Springs football team. Boy, they do things a little bit different than what you're used to. So practice this week was a challenge to prepare for the offense that you're going to see tonight.
Yeah, similar to Kelly Walsh week. It's just an offense that not anybody else in 4A runs. Kelly Walsh runs a unique offense, and so does Rock Springs. And so trying to get our scout team to mimic what Rock Springs does is very, very challenging. It's very hard to emulate what they do because it's a unique offense, and it's not what we do, so they're not used to doing it. Their offensive line's in 4-point stances. Our guys are in 2-point stances on our offense. And so trying to mimic what they do is really challenging. And so we've got to do the best we can. On defense, we've got to get aligned correctly, and we've got to go out and execute and keep our eyes on our keys and understand where they're going to be. And so if we do that, we'll be in a good way. Sometimes they're going to catch us, but I think if we read those keys that Coach McEwen's assigned to our guys and we stay at a low pad level, I think we can keep that offense penned in. And then they do sling the ball a little bit and get it out to the flats and try to get it to their athletes in space. I mean, they have the leading rusher in the state, and they're going to make some plays, and we've just got to continue to make them drive the field every single drive.
So last couple of weeks, we've talked about how you guys watch film of your opponent, and you have put together a game plan, and then the last couple of weeks, they've kind of come out and did something completely different just to try to catch the Sheridan Broncs off guard. You're preparing this week. Do you expect Rock Springs to do anything different?
One of the things we talk about every Monday in our game plan meeting with the kids is we've got to expect the unexpected. We talk about it. Sheridan's won a lot of football games as of late. We're on a streak, and every there's social media posts from about every team we play that says RIP Sheridan streak, and so they have that goal of taking that away from us, and good for them. We would have the same goal if we were playing somebody else, and so And to be able to do that, they got to sometimes maybe have some type of surprise, an onside kick or a fake or a reverse or a double pass or something. So we've got to expect the unexpected. And what we've seen the last couple weeks is their defense has come out in a little bit different alignment. You know, they're trying to take away our strengths. And so we've got to be able to adjust. And I think it took us a little bit of time in the Central game to be able to adjust. They threw a little bit of a wrinkle in the way they aligned, and our game plan was ready for something else, and we had a little injury. You know, we were slower getting going than I would have liked to have seen, but our guys did get it going, and you know, we ended up scoring 2 quick close touchdowns back to back. Pretty good time frame that got us up 14-0, and that got the ball rolling for us a little bit.
I think as you get ready to go tonight, the kids are always well prepared because of the way you guys prepare for them. The coaches just spend so much time preparing for the kids that it makes the kids probably at ease when it comes to actually performing.
Yeah, you know, that's our whole goal is, you know, we're a bunch of we've got guys that love football, and we try to do our best to put our guys in a position to have success, you know, and that talks about, yes, X's and O's, but also their ability. We want to put them in a position where they're going to see success. And we talk about every Friday night, we tell the kids, you got to believe in yourself. You got to believe in the guy next to you, and you got to believe in the plan. And our plan is to put you in a spot to be successful. And that's our whole goal, is to help them become successful on the football field and off the football field. And on Friday nights, it's about, can we as a coaching staff put that guy and all of our 11 guys on the field in a position to be successful? And that's our hope. And I think, you know, most times we do a pretty good job of getting them to a spot where we can be successful in football. And more importantly, hopefully we teach them a thing or two where they can be successful after football as well.
And just one final thing, obviously, we've talked a lot over the last few years about the streak, and there's not many teams in the whole United States that can talk about the possibility of winning 50 football games in a row. And if you get the job done tonight on the road at Rock Springs, that's number 50, and that's just an amazing accomplishment.
Yeah, 50 is if you'd have said 50 wins in a career, you might say that's a really, really special thing. And so, you know, I think our team and our coaches are pretty spoiled. It's pretty fortunate that this has happened the way it is, and our guys have worked for it, you know, and this goes way back for, you know, I think about the rock that we have on our home stadium, and it talks about every grain represents somebody in the foundation of Bronc football, and I think that's what it represents. Is this doesn't happen without all the Broncs that have come before. Our program is in a position, and it has a foundation that we just got to build on, and we just got to try to do our best. And if we can leave it 1 grain better, you know, just a little bit better than the previous year, we just helped out those guys the next year. And so we're having an incredible run and having a good season, and a lot of that is because of the previous Broncs that came before us and put us in a good position to have success. And if we reach 50, that's awesome. And if we don't, you know, 49 is awesome too. And so hopefully we can come out here and execute every single play. And if we do that and we take a look at the scoreboard at the end of the game, I think if we execute cleanly, then we have a chance to do that.
And not to put you on the spot, Coach, but last Friday night was your 80th win as the head coach of the Broncs. Just 9 losses in your 8 seasons here. That's pretty special for you.
Yeah, that is. And I could tell you every single one of those 9 losses, that's for sure. And the things that I wish I'd have done better. And, you know, I look back through those, and, you know, 2020, we lost to Central, and East 21, we lost to East. I could rattle those things off. And so, it's been a lot of fun, and the kids are a blast, and I love coaching with this coaching staff. And I think that's the biggest thing for me is it's still fun, and it's really fun to work with these guys and the coaching staff and the players. It's still fun to come to practice every day, and when things are fun, it's easy to work hard at things that are fun, and you know, it's easy to watch 7-10 hours of film on a Sunday when it's fun and you enjoy the people you're with. And so it's awesome. It's been a lot of fun, and I look forward to continuing it. And as long as, you know, these coaches and we'll stick with it, and we continue to have guys that work like they do right now, then you know, I think we can continue to grow and get better as a program and as a team. And I think you know, I think one of the things we preach to our kids every year is what we have is good enough, and what we have any year in Sheridan is good enough to go get it done. And if we believe in ourselves, believe in the guy next to us in the program, I think good things will happen.
Well, let's go get number 50 tonight, and we'll talk to you after the game.
I appreciate it, Shane.
If you have employees coming to stay for an extended time in Sheridan, make them feel at home with a room at the Candlewood Suites. These extended stay rooms feature fully equipped kitchens, including a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding view of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll have more than just a room. They'll feel right at home. Call 307-675-2100.
It's Wyoming. 1 minute you're melting like ice cream in August, the next you're colder than an ice fisherman's backside in January, and your dog's stolen all the blankets. Luckily, Carl's Heating and Air Conditioning has your backside. Carl knows Wyoming weather better than anyone. Then he'll keep your home comfy whether Brutus gives back those blankets or not. Call Carl's Heating and Air Conditioning today or find us in the Country Bounty Business Directory. Carl, making homes comfortable no matter how moody Wyoming weather gets.
Hey, Doug, my car looks like a leaf pile and smells like pumpkin spice gone wrong.
That's not pumpkin spice, Bob. That's old French fries.
Can you fix that?
Absolutely. The Waring Chevrolet Detail Shop scrubs, shines, and polishes any vehicle inside and out.
Even mine?
Especially yours. We'll make it look brand new. No rake required.
Finally, my car won't double as a compost pile.
Fall on the clean at the Waring Chevrolet Detail Shop. Gift certificates are perfect for holidays, or get your ride protected before winter hits.
Waring Chevrolet Detail Shop, 409 Broadway in Sheridan.
There's no known cure for tinnitus, but we can help provide you with relief. Hi, I'm Dr. Addison Dempsey.
And I'm JT Kraft from ABA Hearing and Sound.
Linear is the first low-risk, non-invasive medical device of its kind that is clinically proven to relieve tinnitus and is FDA approved.
Starkey's brand new Edge AI hearing aids offer groundbreaking technology that powers the most capable hearing devices available, while also offering expanded tinnitus masking therapies.
Schedule today to determine what tinnitus treatment is right for you.
ABA Hearing and Sound, 674-8920. That's 674-8920.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
A big thank you to head coach Jeff Mowry for always sitting down and giving us insight into tonight's game. Coming up, Ryan Parker will join me live here from Tiger Stadium in Rock Springs. We will have the starting lineups and the kickoff coming your way right here from Tiger Stadium. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this. You're listening to Sheridan Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Since 1935, First Federal Bank and Trust has been a cornerstone of Sheridan.
And to celebrate 90 years of community commitment, we're donating $90,000 to 10 nonprofit organizations in Sheridan. Each month through November, we'll honor our legacy of community support by investing in a local nonprofit.
This month, First Federal will award $9,000 to the Hub on Smith.
90 years, $90,000. Community commitment at its finest. Visit efirstfederal.bank, member FDIC.
Hey, Jill, you hear McDonald's Monopoly is back?
Oh, yeah, my game face is ready. This year, I'm winning big.
Sure you are. Last year, you won fries and bragged for a week.
Hey, fries are priceless, Bob. But this year, I could win a car, a vacation, or even $1 million.
Seriously, all you got to do is peel the game pieces, enter them in the McDonald's app, and see what you could win.
Easy. Eat, peel, win. That's my kind of multitasking.
The Monopoly game at McDonald's. Grab your favorite McDonald's and get peeling. McDonald's, Sheridan, Buffalo, and Gillette.
Looking for space to spread out but still be close to town? This 11-acre property sits right on the edge of Buffalo with city water and sewer nearby. Build your dream home and bring your animals or start your business in a prime location with no covenants holding you back. Don't let this one get away. To see this property, call me, Christy Kinghorn with Buffalo Realty, ERA powered, at 307-620-0037. See the South Main listing on BuffaloRealtyLLC.com.
We're more than just a bank. We're part of the community. Hi, this is David Hubert from First Bank of Wyoming. From small towns to big dreams, we are here for our customers, helping Wyoming grow. Whether you're saving for the future, expanding your business, or buying your first home, we're here every step of the way. First Bank of Wyoming, local, trusted, and always by your side. First Bank of Wyoming, division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, this is Jeff Tomlinson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Bronc Football here from Tiger Stadium in Rock Springs. Shane and Ryan Parker live at Tiger Stadium with you tonight. as the Bronx go for that 50th consecutive win as they take on a 1-5 Rock Springs Tiger team. But Ryan, injuries. We talked about it in the pregame show. We heard Coach Mowry talk about the injuries that continue to mount for this Sheridan Bronx team. And we had heard that maybe Beck Haswell would not play tonight because of that ankle injury that he suffered last week. And gosh darn it, he is not in uniform tonight, so he will not play, along with Breck Reed and Josh Freed and Monty Morris. And you still have the Ormseth kid who's not that's a whole handful of seniors that won't be playing.
Yeah. That injury bug bit hard. But from the first game this season, Coach Mowry has just talked about building depth and building depth. And you know what? He said it time and time again. Next guy up. You're not going to replace these guys. You're just going to put that next guy in, and they're going to do their best.
Well, we're going to have to see how the Bronx do. They won the toss again tonight. They're going to receive, as they always do when they win the toss. So we'll get to see the offense get to work without Haswell and Reed and those guys right from the get-go tonight. And obviously week 2 without Breck Reed after he broke his foot in the Kelly Walsh game. So we'll just have to see how things go. Again, the next guy up, Liam Weber's going to get the start at wide receiver tonight for the Bronx. And he's also going to be doing the punting again tonight for the Bronx after as he did last week as well. And then on defense, you're going to see a little bit different. Owen Matthews will get to start at one of the defensive end spots in Haswell's spot.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are going to get in there, and they're going to just do their job.
And the nice thing is that we don't want to talk down about Rock Springs, but they've struggled this year. They do have a good defense. I will give them that. They are the number 2 ranked defense in the state of Wyoming.
They only give up 230 yards a game.
Yeah, so the defense is there. They're 3rd in rushing at 124 yards a game, and they only give up 106 yards passing. So we're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will have the starting lineups and the kickoff. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
At Camco Federal Credit Union, we offer all the banking functions you need with the personal touch you deserve. From our rewards checking and our share certificates to convenient online banking with our mobile app. Whether you need to remote deposit a check, pay a bill, or transfer funds, we make it easy. And when you need to talk to a real person, our friendly team is ready to assist you. Visit one of our branches or call us today at 307-682-6105. Camco Federal Credit Union, member NCUA, and Equal Housing Lender.
Need screen printed and embroidered items? Well, whatever you need, Kilpatrick Creations is the go-to local company for these types of items. If it's screen printed or stitched, we are the ones to help you. Give us a call first. We're here to help you and want to help you with your imprinted garment or accessory needs. We've been in the business and serving Sheridan County for over 20 years. We have the experience, talent, and selection of goods that allows us to help you promote your business, club, or event in the best, most affordable way possible. Come see Kilpatrick Creations for all your screen printed or embroidered needs.
At Camco Federal Credit Union, we offer all the banking functions you need with the personal touch you deserve. From our rewards checking and our share certificates to convenient online banking with our mobile app. Whether you need to remote deposit a check, pay a bill, or transfer funds, we make it easy. And when you need to talk to a real person, our friendly team is ready to assist you. Visit one of our branches or call us today at 307-682-6105. Camco Federal Credit Union, member NCUA, and Equal Housing Lender.
Need screen printed and embroidered items? Well, whatever you need, Kilpatrick Creations is the go-to local company for these types of items. If it's screen printed or stitched, we are the ones to help you. Give us a call first. We're here to help you and want to help you with your imprinted garment or accessory needs. We've been in the business and serving Sheridan County for over 20 years. We have the experience, talent, and selection of goods that allows us to help you promote your business, club, or event in the best, most affordable way possible. Come see Kilpatrick Creations for all your screen printed or embroidered needs.
This is Bailey Reddy with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to Tiger Stadium as the Bronx and Tigers get ready to battle here in 4A football. The Bronx come in with a perfect 6-0 record. Rock Springs again comes in with that 1-5 record. Their only win against the Cheyenne South Bison. And Ryan, again tonight we're just going to have to. Hopefully the Bronx can escape without any more injuries.
Yeah, I think that's the big key tonight. We can't get anybody else hurt. Like we talked about a little bit, they're going to have to work for this because Rock Springs has a great defense, and nothing's going to come easy. It is 4A football.
Now, as we talk about the offenses, the Bronx do have the number 3 ranked offense in 4A. They average about close to 200 yards on the ground per game. The passing game has not been what it has been in years past, averaging just 134 yards through the air for the Bronx, which ranks 6th in 4A. But the Bronx have the number 4 defense as well. They only give up 114 yards on the ground. So, and that's the strength of the Rock Springs offense is running the ball. They have the number 1 rushing back in 4A, Boston James. He's averaging 95 yards, about 90 yards a game, and 5.7 yards a carry coming into tonight. So they're going to have to really watch for number 5.
Yeah, the guys in the trenches are going to have to, make their keys so that those linebackers can come up and fill and not let that guy get loose.
Well, and not be distracted by the different types of offense that Rock Springs runs.
The formations.
The different formations they run, the lopsided line of scrimmage that they run, and then there's 3 different people that can carry the ball out of the backfield. You really have to key on the ball. And as the coaches always say, know your keys and fire away.
Yep. And
so we're about ready to get underway for the Bronx. They will be on offense. And again, the offensive starters for the night, the offensive line is all the same. It's going to be Brady Hartman, the junior, at left tackle. Fisher Peldo, the junior, will be at left guard. The junior, Kieran Rapucci, will be the center. The senior, Sam Hoffman, at right guard. And Nathan Bloom, the junior, will be at right tackle. The wide receivers tonight will be the senior, Gage Rogers, and the senior, Rudy Green. Junior, Liam Weber, will get the start tonight in place of Haswell. And then the running backs will be senior, William Greer, and the senior, Keegan Rager. And your quarterback, the senior, Andrew Adams. And obviously Sheridan has done a lot of switching the quarterbacks in and out this year, and so we will see Blaine Phillips as well at the quarterback spot. So doing the kicking for the Tigers, the kickoff guy is Christian Long. He will tee this thing up at the 40-yard line. Back deep for the Bronx will be Gage Rogers and Rudy Green they'll stand about their 5-yard line and see if Long can get this into the end zone for a touchback, or if we will have some sort of a return. A lot of kickers these days have the opportunity to kick it out of the end zone, so not as many return opportunities for the Bronx special teams. They fake the onside kick. Now they'll reset, and Long will back up and get ready to boot this thing away. And it is away, and it will be returnable. It's going to be Rudy Green from the 5-yard line. He'll come right up the middle of the field, hit the wedge, break a tackle at the 30, the 35, and across the 40 before he's brought down right about the 40-yard line. I think they're going to give him the 41. Let's see where they're spotting it. I think it's going to be right at the 40-yard line. Oh, no, they're going to say the 42. Okay.
That might have been a little generous.
Yeah, that was generous. I think he was tackled before the 42-yard line.
But what a good job of Rudy just following right up the middle of following his blockers. Great field position for the Bronx.
So right away tonight, it looks like Andrew Adams will have Keegan Rager lined up to the right side. Rudy Green will go in motion across the formation. A high snap. Keegan's going to get the pass from Adams, break a tackle across midfield, and he's down the far sideline and run out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. So a broken play, but Andrew Adams able to find Keegan Rager out of the backfield.
Andrew did a good job of not panicking there and with that high snap and kind of tipped it back to himself and was still able to complete the pass out to Keegan.
Keegan picks up 17 yards on first down, and the Bronx move into Rock Springs territory at the Rock Springs 42-yard line. I guess that's a 20-yard gain, isn't it?
Yeah.
So 20 yards on first down. And now Will Greer will come in motion across the formation. It's going to be a pitch. The toss is going to be to Rager. Rager going to be swallowed up, dumped in the backfield by the linebacker, Cameron Blake. So that's a loss all the way back to the 49-yard line. That's going to be a 7-yard loss on first down for the Bronx.
Yeah, that play took too long to develop. And one of the linemen missed their assignment.
Actually, I think it was one of those defensive backs that came. He was kind of coming on a blitz and just stayed home. Now Liam Weber, Bronx are going to be called for a false start. So the false start on Weber And it'll be 2nd down and a mile now for the Broncs, clear back into Bronc territory.
Not only are they not helping their cause, Mother Nature isn't, they're driving right into the sun. So the quarterback is having to look directly right into the sun on this first drive.
So Adams will line up Rager in the backfield alongside 3 men in the formation. Another high snap. The handoff is to Rager, and he breaks 1 tackle, but it's going to be 3rd and a mile for the Broncs. Rapucci's got to do a better job of getting the ball snapped back to the quarterback because that just takes the timing away.
Yep, it throws those blocks off if that quarterback has to take more time. And we talked about Rock Springs' gritty defense. They gave up that first big play, but since then, they've been on it.
So 3rd down and 21. Adams going to roll to the far side, look downfield, has a man, and it's going to be caught. Actually, are they saying incomplete? It is incomplete as the pass was intended for Sladen Bodanovich. Now the Bronc punt team is going to have to come out. So it'll be 4th down for the Broncs. And the punt team is on. Snap is away, and Weber boots this thing away, and it's going to roll, and it's going to get into the end zone for a touchback. So Rock Springs will get it at the 20-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Rock Springs. The offense will come out.
And they're going to line up. Comes out, looks like they're going to have.
It will be an unbalanced line. And Boston James is going to line up at the Wildcat. He'll break away from one, but Rager's going to grab and tackle him right there. Maybe a yard on 1st down for Boston James.
Good job of Keegan just not biting on that and staying where he needs to be, staying home.
So as the Bronc defense gets a good stop on 1st down, the offense huddles back up. Those of you that are watching the live stream, we are getting messages that the video is about 4 seconds ahead of the sound. They are working on syncing that, so be patient. We will get it figured out here. I formation with 3 backs behind the quarterback. Cahill gives the toss, and James going to be stood up at the 20-yard line. That's going to be a loss of 1 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 10 for Rock Springs. Bronc defense just swarmed to the ball.
Yeah, did a nice job of just keying in on that 3rd back that got the ball.
Quarterback Kaysen Cahill, 33 of 68 on the year, throwing the ball for 296 yards. He's thrown 1 touchdown and 7 interceptions on the year. He's also a threat out of the backfield, 30 carries this year for 61 yards and a couple touchdowns. So watch for him to carry the ball as well. That gives you 4 options out of the backfield. This time Cahill, he's going to put 5 wide. Nobody in the backfield with him, 5 wide receivers. He'll drop straight back, roll to the near side, look downfield, has a man in the middle of the field, and it's going to be almost picked off. Oh, Gage Rogers just missed that at the 35-yard line, but there is a flag back. Is that going to be a hold? Personal foul, roughing the passer on the Bronc defense. So that bails Rock Springs out. That'll move the ball out to about the 35-yard line.
Boy, I didn't see what happened there. I was watching where the ball was going.
Yeah, we watched downfield a little bit. So the ball will be placed at the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Rock Springs.
Once again, penalties starting to add up already here in the first quarter.
8:37 to go here in the first. No score on the range scoreboard. And now we've got whistles and a timeout. Rock Springs wants a timeout with 8:37 to go here in the first. We'll take timeout as well. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Building or remodeling your home or commercial space can be overwhelming.
With so many decisions to make, choosing the right contractor matters.
At North Country Construction, we believe you deserve a team you can trust.
From initial planning and site work to concrete and final touches, we handle the entire process with a decade of quality in the Sheridan area that speaks for itself.
When only the best will do, call North Country Construction, 307-461-2896.
307-461-2896.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium here in Rock Springs. Quite this football stadium. Boy, you overlook the rocks of here in the Rock Springs Valley here. And beautiful stadium as we look from high above the press box. Cahill now has 3 backs in the formation. Don't really know who's going to take the snap. Cahill turns, gives the pitch this time. It's the second back through. It's going to be a good gain there on first down for the Tigers, as the back coming through that time was Caleb Prater, the 5'9" junior, 180-pound running back. He got ahead of steam and picked up about 8 yards on the play. It'll be second down and 2 for Rock Springs as they move it out across the 40 to the 43-yard line. So again, Cahill and James both have their hand out. They fake the give this time. The snap goes to the up back. It was a direct snap to the up back.
And that's going to be enough for a first down.
Fight forward out across the 45 as the running back, Journey Padilla, picks up 3, and that's enough for another Rock Springs first down out across the 45 to the 46-yard line. It may take a series or so for the Bronc defense to figure this out, but they'll get it figured out.
Oh, they will. Remember what happened last year.
Rock Springs went up 12-0 or 10-0 on the Broncs.
That game had to be played in Casper
because of the fire in Sheridan County last year. So this time Prater goes in motion, quick out pass, and that's going to be up in the air and incomplete. So they were looking for the tight end that was lined up on that end. Declan Henderson went right through his hands, straight into the air, and fell to the turf. So second down and 10 for Rock Springs. 7:29 to go on the scoreboard here in the first quarter. No score on that range scoreboard. Second and 10 from the 46. And the quarterback, Cahill, brings his troops back to the line of scrimmage. One receiver will split to the far side. And the snap and the give is to James. James tries to bounce it outside. The Bronc defense swarms.
They're ready for that one.
And maybe a gain of 1 out across the 46 to maybe the 46.5-yard line.
Noah Newman and Keegan Rager out there on the tackle.
Just got an update. Bighorn leading Glenrock 7-0 with 5:54 left in that first quarter. So Bighorn on the board. Their home game tonight. Third down and 9 now for Rock Springs. As the Bronc defense, they had seen that play already.
Yep.
So we will, this time, Rock Springs will split 3 receivers to the far side of the field, the up back, and now Cahill. He's going to roll out, has a man in the slot, but he overthrows him, and the closest man there was Andrew Adams, and it's going to bring up fourth down now for Rock Springs, 4th and 9 from their own 47-yard line. So 4th down and 9. And back to receive the punt is going to be Rudy Green. And the punter is the quarterback, Cahill. He's had 10 punts on the year. And this time the snap goes over the punter's head, and he's just going to have to fall on it at the 31-yard line, and the Broncs will take over there as think that was Hartman who came up to make the hit. And so the Broncs get a break on the bad snap on the punt. So the Broncs will take over inside Rock Springs territory, and the first big break goes to them.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen both centers kind of struggle a little bit so far.
So this time it'll be Braxton Crow in the backfield with Andrew Adams at the quarterback position, 4 receivers in the formation. Wide receiver screen to Rudy Green, catches it at the 30, breaks a tackle at the 20, and be swarmed under at about the 15-yard line. That's a pickup of about 17 yards on first down to the 15, and the Broncs are knocking on the door.
And we've seen that play many, many times this season.
The Broncs love to throw the wide receiver screens just because they have so much speed out there at the wide receiver position. Especially
you get that one block, that initial block, and you're guaranteed a first down, I would almost say.
So Liam Weber and Sladen Bodanovich will split to the near side. One receiver, I think that's Green to the far side. Rager and Crow in the game as well. Rager gets the handoff at the 10, breaks a tackle at the 5, and swarmed down there at about the 4-yard line. So it'll be first and goal Broncs.
I don't know how he stumbled through that initial line, and I don't know how he didn't go down, but maybe his wrestling balance.
That's what you call wrestling balance is what you call there, the state champion wrestler. So it'll be first and goal for the Broncs. They'll mark it right at I think it's at the 4-yard line.
Yeah.
This time it's going to be Keegan Rager in the Wildcat as the snap receiver. He'll go right behind those big tackles, break a tackle, dive for the end zone. He's in for the Sheridan Bronc touchdown. With 5:30 remaining here in the first quarter, Keegan Rager gets the Broncs on the board.
What a nice 4-yard touchdown run. I mean, we've seen the Broncs do that play. It's normally with Beck Haswell, but just goes to show you any of these running backs they can take it in from 5 out.
So Keegan gets behind that big offensive line, goes in from 4 yards out. And William Greer will come on to attempt the extra point. Torrey Phillips, the holder. William Greer, the kicker. The snap is good. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 5:30 remaining here in the first quarter, it's the Sheridan Broncs 7.
Sliding fee. Visit 1chc.org/Sheridan for more information.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Well, Ryan, the Broncs took advantage of a bad snap on the punt attempt for Rock Springs. Got the ball well into Rock Springs territory. About 3 plays later, they were in the end zone.
Yeah, you have to take advantage of those turnovers when you get them. That's going to loom huge, I feel like. But, and on the other side, if you're Rock Springs, you don't need to give Sheridan any help.
So William Greer will tee this thing up. He's had a nice season of kicking it into the end zone, so we'll see if he can get it done. No wind at all here tonight. It was a little bit windy when we got into Rock Springs this afternoon, but it's kind of died down. And so William will get this thing teed up and see if he can boot it out of the back of the end zone. This time he puts his foot to it, and it will get into the end zone for a touchback. So Rock Springs will take over at the 20-yard line. That's right where they started their first drive as well. They moved the ball a little bit. They were able to move the ball
across
midfield and then had a little bit of a setback there, but good offense to start for the Tigers.
They were helped out by a Sheridan penalty as well.
Absolutely. So 1st and 10 at the 20 as the quarterback, Cahill, will bring them out. Again, Boston James, the leading rusher in the state, 95 carries for 540 yards and 6 touchdowns on the year. Again, averaging 90 yards. He's been pretty well bottled up so far tonight. Cahill's going to bring a man in motion. They do give it to the little guy, and nothing on that play. Boy, the defense swarmed and took down Jordan Rodriguez. Rodriguez, 5'5". out of the backfield there for the Tigers.
He's a tiny little thing.
But no gain on first down as we approach 5 minutes left here in the first quarter.
They have him listed 5'5", 150, and if he's 150, that might be with all of his pads on.
So the Bronx, that defensive line there again might be a loss of one. Maybe they might give him forward progress back to the line of scrimmage.
Great job by those big linemen in the trenches there. He saw nothing but white shirts in front of him.
Caleb Prater has to come off. His helmet came off on the field, so he has to come out for one play. He was the ball carrier. So now 3rd and 10 for Rock Springs. Sheridan leading 7-0 on the range scoreboard. 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. Cahill. He's going to wide receiver screen. That's going to be, oh boy, I think that was the receiver, Santiago Cruz. He slipped down behind the line of scrimmage after making the catch. And when his knee goes down, you're down. And that's going to be a loss of 2. It'll bring up 4th down and about we'll call it 4th and 11 at the 19-yard line. For the Tigers, he'll drop back to the 5-yard line. Rogers and Green back deep for the Bronx. Better snap this time. Cahill, rugby-style kick. He'll boot it away, and it's going to roll out of bounds at the 46-yard line of Rock Springs. So Sheridan will take over in Rock Springs territory.
Yep, once again, they're going to start with great field position.
So the Bronx offense will come back out on the field. And Ryan, we haven't given enough credit to the Bronx offensive line. 4 juniors and a senior that represent that starting offensive line for the Bronx, and they have just done an incredible job this year.
Right, we were talking about that on the way down here this morning, and we were just talking about how good the offensive line has been, and they're good now. What are they going to be next year when they're all seniors?
So Keegan will be kind of the up back. Blaine Phillips, actually it's Torrey. Torrey's going to go right up the middle. He's going to pick up a good chunk of yards, about 6 yards down to the 40-yard line. So Torrey Phillips comes in for his first quarterback snap of the game. And now Blaine Phillips, his older brother, will come in and run the quarterback position. The Bronx have seen 4 different guys take snaps at the quarterback coming into this game, and now Keegan was a quarterback tonight as well. Snap receiver. So 5 different guys have taken snaps behind the center this year for the Bronx. Blaine Phillips gives it to Crow. Crow breaks a tackle, and he'll be swarmed under at about the 30-yard line, but that's enough for a Bronx first down. Boy, I didn't even know if Braxton had the ball. It was such a good handoff fake, and then Blaine took off on the bootleg.
Right.
Looked like maybe he had the ball, but it was Braxton. Barreling forward down to the Rock Springs 30-yard line, sets up 1st and 10 for the Bronx. 3 receivers in the formation to the far side with Noah Newman, the outside receiver. Liam Weber, the receiver to the near side. Phillips drops straight back, looking downfield. Doesn't see anybody there.
He's wide open.
Now he's going to take off, and he'll pick up about 8 yards on the carry to the far side of the field. He's going to be tackled inbounds at about the 21-yard line. Actually, they're going to mark him at the 22.
Noah Newman was standing at the 5-yard line wide open, waving his arms, but I think Blaine had already made the decision that he was going to run the ball.
Well, and I think the offensive line had already taken off downfield, so he had to run the ball. So
right.
Blaine again with 2 running backs flanking each side, 3 receivers in the formation. Crow and Rager in the backfield with Phillips. Look for Rudy Green here in the slot. They give it to Crow. Crow, he'll bounce away from 1 tackler and then be swarmed under at about the 20. No gain.
I think they gave him a gain of 1.
Oh, maybe they did give him a yard down to the 21-yard line. So it'll bring up 3rd down now for the Bronx. 3rd and short as the Bronx approach the 20-yard line. They've got to get to the 20 for the first down. Same formation. Actually just swapped the tight end as Rudy Green is now lined up in the slot on the near side. Gage Rogers to the short side of the field. Phillips Hands it off to Crow. Crow gets a block downfield at the 10, the 5. Sheridan Bronx touchdown. Braxton Crow from 21 yards out.
Boy, he was patient on that run. Blaine did a nice job of waiting to the last minute to actually give him that ball. And by that time, the receivers have done a nice job blocking downfield.
So a 21-yard touchdown run by Braxton Crow. And Braxton shows off the speed there. And William Greer will come on. But again, downfield blocking by the outside receivers. And really went in almost untouched.
Yep.
So the snap's good. Phillips, the holder, good. And Greer's kick is up and through. With 59 seconds left here in the first quarter, it's the Sheridan Bronx 14, Rock Springs 0. You're listening to Bronx football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
In a place where honesty and hard work define us, there's a bank that's fully invested in Wyoming. The banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan. We understand that business owners are the backbone of our communities. And whether you run a ranch, a restaurant, or a retail store, we're here to support you with a range of account options and personalized services without all the unexpected fees. Because when your business succeeds, our communities thrive. Visit buffalofed.bank for all your business banking needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium here in Rock Springs. Shane and Ryan Parker bringing you live Bronx football action. And Ryan, we just got another update. The Bighorn Rams are scoring quickly. They now lead this thing 21-0 over Wheatland in that home before the end of the first quarter. Or over Glenrock, yeah. And that's before the end of the first quarter. So they just keep pouring it on. Wheatland is leading Tongue River 7-0 in their ball game in the first quarter as well. So Greer will tee it up. And the Bronx kicking team out on the field. With 59 seconds left here in the first quarter, the Bronx leading 14-0 on the range scoreboard. Greer, this time the kick will be taken at about the 3 or 4 yard line. It will be Cruz. Cruz comes to the near side, gets up the sideline and be run out of bounds at about the 29 yard line. So a good return by Santiago Cruz. Out across the 25 to about the 29 yard line is where Rock Springs will take over on their third possession of the game.
Yeah, about a 26-yard return. And that was Willis Long that knocked him out of bounds here on the near side.
So the Bronx defense back out on the field. Rock Springs going to spread out the offense. 3 receivers to the far side. Little wide receiver screen. And, boy, that didn't fool Braxton Crow. He came from his linebacker spot, made the tackle right at the 30-yard line. They might give him 1 yard on the pass play. But good swarming defense by the Bronx.
Yeah, he was there waiting for him.
And so the offense will have to go back to work as 30 seconds now left here in the first quarter. Let's see. They will have to get one more play off as the play clock is down to 20 seconds. So about a 3-second difference between the play clock and the game clock. So Cahill and James. The high snap is to James, and he'll try to get to the edge and does, but he'll be swarmed quickly. A pickup of about 3 yards, maybe out to, I guess they're going to give him the 34-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 5 for the Tigers as we go to the second quarter. Bronx lead it after 1, 14-0 on the range scoreboard. You're listening to Bronx football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
They'll tell you nobody sells campers cheaper than them. Let me tell you, they're wrong. We do. Midway RV in Sheridan has new campers at the lowest prices in the country. Units won't last at these prices. Limited floor plans available, trade-ins welcome, financing ready. Midway has a floor plan for you. Hit the mountain road or back road for less. Stop by our newest showroom on Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan. Visit midwaycampers.com. Lowest prices in the country, right at your fingertips.
This is Patrick Johnson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium here in Rock Springs High School, and a successful first quarter for the Bronx as You know, Ryan, the first drive stalled out, but since then, the Broncs have had it twice in Rock Springs territory and were able to punch it in both times.
Yeah. You know, that first drive for the Broncs had a couple penalties and that set them back a little bit, and then they ended up having to punt. But they've been advantageous when Rock Springs has made mistakes.
So the Bronc defense comes back out on the field. 3rd down and 5. Actually, we'll call it 3rd and 6 from the Rock Springs 34-yard line. Again, this time it'll be Cahill. He'll drop straight back, looking, has a man. That's going to be James. James has a guy to beat, but Noah Newman comes up, makes the stick. And, boy, Boston James does a nice job of staying on his feet and fighting forward, but he's going to come up a couple yards short of the first down. It'll be 4th and 2 out across the 35 to about the 37-yard line, and the punt team will come on for Rock Springs.
Noah Newman did a nice job, but Boston James just kept those feet moving and ended up getting closer to that first down stick.
Well, 6'2", 195 is Boston James, so he is a load.
Yes, for a running back, for sure.
Cahill, the punter. Think about a fake here if possible. And he will get this one away. The rugby-style kick gets a good Rock Springs bounce. And it's going to roll all the way down inside the 20 to about the 15-yard line. That's a great punt.
Yeah, he flipped the field for sure with that one.
Got that rugby-style roll from the kick, and the Broncs are going to take over with their worst field possession of the game at the 15-yard line. So the Broncs offense rolls out.
And who's going to be a quarterback this series?
Well, Blaine's out there right now, so Phillips will come in at quarterback. And they're bringing some extra guys, some other guys in as well at the wide receiver spot. Actually, now Blaine is going to go out, and Torrey's going to come at quarterback. Blaine goes out, Torrey comes in, his younger brother, so Torrey Phillips will be the quarterback, with Keegan lined up in the backfield with him. Phillips, he's going to go roll to the far side, try to get away from the first defender. And somebody missed a block out there because Prater, the defender, came up and made the tackle after a short gain. They might have given him one out to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, it looked like there was a hole there for just a second, but Rock Springs did a nice job of filling it.
And now Torrey Phillips will be he'll be the receiver on the outside. So he goes from quarterback to wide receiver. Blaine Phillips comes in at quarterback. He'll have 3 receivers to the near side, including Rock Springs has a little guy, but boy, the Broncs have a little guy as well as Colton Phillip. And this time it's going to be Torrey Phillips with the catch. He makes a broken play into a gain out across the 25 near the 30-yard line. It'll be enough for a first down as Blaine hits his little brother Torrey for the catch out across the 30 to about the 33-yard. Actually, it's going to be shy of the 30. It's going to be the 27-yard line. And so enough for the first down, but Blaine will remain at quarterback. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side with Rager in the backfield. Blaine gets the signals from the sideline and gets his offense reset. Sends Colton Phillip in motion across the formation. They fake to give to him. The handoff is to Rager, and he'll be swallowed up after maybe no gain at all. He got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Broncs.
That defensive line doing a nice job for the Tigers.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Broncs with 9:25 left here in the first half. Broncs leading 14-0 on the Range scoreboard. Blaine, this time he'll get William Greer in the backfield as that leading blocker. 3 receivers, 2 to the near side. And Phillips gives it to Rager. Rager bounces it outside to the near side, down the sideline, and be stumbling out of bounds. That's going to be near the first down marker. Let's see where they put him. To the 37-yard line. I think he's going to be about a yard short, so it'll be 3rd and 1 for the Broncs. Boy, Keegan just runs hard.
He does.
He took on the initial tackler.
He was pretty patient there, and then it kind of opened up.
but took on that initial tackler and broke away for just a second before he was driven out of bounds. This time it'll be Keegan as the snap receiver. He'll send a man in motion, and he's going to fall right in behind that big block from William Greer out across the 40 to about the 41 or 42-yard line. Boy, you get William Greer with a head of steam. He's going to make a block for you, and Keegan just followed him into the hole for the Bronx first down. And now the Bronx will reset the offense, and Keegan is going to come off. Gage Rogers, he's going to come to the near side of the field along with Liam Weber. It'll be Phillips and Phillip to the outside. Colton Phillip and Torrey Phillips.
And Blaine Phillips.
Blaine calls for the ball, brings a man in motion, and gives it to Gage Rogers. Rogers will have to make a man miss, doesn't, and he's going to be dropped for a loss.
Yep.
That's going to be behind the 40, backed out to about the 41-yard line of Sheridan. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 12, loss of 2 on that play. Just took a long time to develop.
Yeah.
Once again, I think the Bronx they're used to running those plays with Breck Reed,
who has
outstanding. And I'm not saying that Gage Rogers is not fast, but Breck is real fast.
Right.
This time it'll be Colton Phillip in motion across the formation. Blaine takes the snap, gets behind one of those blockers, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and maybe one more, a pickup of 3. It's going to bring up 3rd and 9 now for the Bronx.
Yep, you haven't seen the Bronx have too many of these 3rd and longs, so we'll see what kind of play they can draw up.
Dude, Bighorn is just piling it on. They've scored another couple touchdowns within a few seconds of each other. 35-0 now in the second quarter over Glenrock. And now whistles and I think another timeout. It's going to be a Rock Springs timeout with 7:08 to go here in the first half. Sheridan leading 14-0 on the range scoreboard. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
The Jack Lopes Explore podcast. We have fake newsed ourselves into a corner where we don't trust anything that we see.
I mean, you go outside, UFO, right? And you're like, I don't know.
Yes.
You know, like,
do I still have to go to work tomorrow? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
You either probe me or you don't. Before I'm believing you.
Yeah.
And even then, was it just an hallucination or did it actually happen?
Okay, but do I have to go to work after the throwing?
Jack Lopes Explore at SheridanMedia.com.
This is Caleb Zier with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium as the Bronx get ready for this big 3rd down play here with 7:08 left in the first half, leading 14-0 on the range scoreboard. And it'll be Blaine Phillips bringing that offensive set back out on the field. Liam Weber and Gage Rogers to the near side. Torrey Phillips, the receiver, to the outside, along with Colton Phillip. And Rager, the running back. This time Blaine. He'll get right behind that line of scrimmage. Bounce it outside. He's going to be chopped down after a pickup of about 2 out to the 44-yard line. It's going to bring up 4th down now for the Bronx. 4th down and about 7. We'll call it 4th and 7 at the 44-yard line. And now Noah Newman will come in at one of the receiver spots. And it looks like the Bronx are going to go for it here, as the punt team did not come on. Phillips, he'll roll to the near side, has Gage Rogers right out in the middle of the field, and it's going to be caught. A flag comes in from the back judge.
Yeah.
And I don't know
where he threw the flag. There was nobody there.
Yeah, there was nothing there where the flag landed.
So I don't know what this is all about.
Unless there was a hold on when Rogers went to make his break, maybe he got grabbed and held. But Rogers made the catch, and the ball was clear out into Rock Springs territory.
Well,
defensive holding is the call, and so they'll decline that and just take the first down out at the Rock Springs 36-yard line. So a good throw by Blaine Phillips and Gage Rogers was running all by himself in the middle of the field.
I thought Blaine was going to be a little bit late throwing that because he popped open pretty early in the route, but Blaine just let him run a few more yards downfield and then hit him right in the numbers.
So again, 4 receivers in the formation, Rager in the backfield with Phillips. They look to the side, to the coaches to get the play call. This 3-4 setup defensively. Phillips looks down the middle of the field, has a man, it's Gage Rogers, touchdown, Sheridan. And we've got a flag down as well. I think that's going to be let's see, there was.
Holding on the offense.
Holding on the offense.
Wow.
So it's that is not going to count. Boy, Gage Rogers was all alone. Looked like Blaine might have overthrown him, but Gage just ran under it. I don't know who they got the hold of. There was no offensive lineman near Blaine Phillips when that flag was thrown, so I don't know where they threw the flag or who it was on.
Well, it looks like we've got some new linemen in there as well.
Oh, yeah, there's some younger guys getting some time.
You bet. You've still got Hartman and Peldo out there. And Rapucci, but on this right side, you've got some other guys in there.
So now it's going to be 1st down and 20. Phillips again looking down, has the screen play to Rager. Rager will be tackled at about the 40, so it's going to be 2nd down and about 14 now for the Bronx after a 6-yard gain there on 1st and 20. So the screen play goes for 6. And now the Bronx with 5:54 left here in the first half, quickly come back to the line of scrimmage. Again, 4 receivers in the formation. Phillips calls for the ball. Now the wide receiver screen. It's going to be Gage Rogers, but he's going to be dropped back. That's going to be a big loss back to the Rock Springs 44-yard line.
Yep.
And it's going to be 3rd and about 17 now. Actually, they spot the ball at the 40. Actually, yeah, the 44-yard line.
Good job of that defender getting off of that block.
So we'll call it 3rd and 18 for the Bronx. And now Gage Rogers must have some blood or something because the official just asked him to leave the field. Must have some blood, looked like on his elbow. Play clock, now they reset the play clock. Blaine looking downfield, has nobody. Now he just throws the ball away, and it's going to be 4th down. Had a receiver in the area, but he just had to throw that ball away. Now it's going to be 4th down and about 18 for the Bronx.
You know, he didn't try to force anything. Right. He didn't have anything, so he just threw it away.
And now the Bronx punting team is going to come on. And Liam Weber will come on to punt this ball. Not sure why they moved the ball to the near hash. It was in the middle of the field on the last play. And now Liam Weber will punt this ball away with 4:53 left here in the first half. Bronx leading 14-0. Weber, his punt is away, and it will be caught at the 10-yard line. Returned out across the 20 to about the 22-yard line. So a decent return of 12 yards out there. The return man was Cameron Blake. And so Rock Springs will take over on offense with 4:42 left here in the first half. Bronx leading 14-0 on the range scoreboard. And the defense comes back out on the field. Cahill and his squad come to the line of scrimmage. Another different formation looking here for them. It will be a option play to James. James makes one-man miss. Boston James down the far sideline and run out of bounds, out across the 35 to the 37-yard line. That's going to be about a 15-yard gain on 1st down.
You know, the defense has done a pretty nice job of holding him in check, but he got loose that time. I mean, what do we say? He averages over 5 yards a carry.
Yeah, 5.7 yards a carry. He got 15 on the option play. Cahill kept that, went right down the line of scrimmage, and then pitched it out to James. Went out of bounds at the Rock Springs 37-yard line. A stacked up I formation for Rock Springs. This time James cuts it back inside. He's going to get a couple. He might get down to the 39-yard line before he is brought down by a slew of Bronx tacklers. I see Braxton Crow and William Greer getting off the bottom of the pile for the Bronx. So 2nd down and 8 for Rock Springs. Clock nearing 4 minutes left here in the first half. So Cahill brings his troops back to the line of scrimmage. He'll bring a man in motion, and they'll give it to the big back through the hole. That's the big back, Journey Padilla, but a flag comes in from the umpire position. I think we've got a hold on the offense. Usually if the umpire throws that flag there, it's going to be an offensive hold. And so they will, I'm sure they'll back him up from there and make him replay 2nd down. So they hold on the Tigers. That'll march the ball back inside the 30-yard line to the 29. So it'll be 2nd down and about 18. 2nd and 18 for Rock Springs. Rock Springs taking their time in the huddle.
They've got about 10 seconds to get the play off.
James will now be lined up at like one of those up back. Now he'll bring him back behind the other, give it to Padilla straight ahead, and he'll be knocked down at about the 30 or 31-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and long for Rock Springs as we approach 3 minutes left here in the first half.
You know, a couple times during this game, Rock Springs, they get a nice big play. They got that 15, 17-yard run, and then they shoot themselves in the foot with a big penalty.
So Rock Springs, they like to run the ball. The clock just keeps ticking away. I'd be surprised to see if Sheridan will burn a timeout to try to get the ball back here if Rock Springs continues to just ground and pound. 5 receivers in the formation this time. Padilla, he's going to roll to the near side of the field. Has a man down there. It's going to be overthrown, but a flag in the middle of the field, laying at about the 44-yard line. And it's going to be a defensive hold on the Bronx. So that'll replay a 3rd down. They'll step that off 10 yards. So a defensive holding on Sheridan. We've had 3 defensive hold calls in this game in the first half. I haven't seen 1 defensive hold call all year.
Right.
And we've had 3 in the first half. 2:35 left here in the first half. And Rock Springs breaks the huddle.
Scoreboard says 3rd and 46 on the 1.
3rd down and 6 or 7. And now a timeout as Rock Springs will take their 3rd and final timeout of the half. With 2:35 remaining here in the first half, we'll take timeout as well. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWIO and 106.9 FM.
Farmers Co-op, home of the 99-cent soda, invites you to start your day off right with that first cup of Morning Joe and a little something to go from their awesome bakery rack. Then come back for lunch. By now, I know you've heard me talk about their mouth-watering sausages, but they also have a variety of hot and cold sandwiches along with a soup of the day. They really do have it all at Farmers Co-op, 1450 Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Well, Ryan, as the sun goes down and we approach halftime, Sheridan leading just 14-0 on the range scoreboard.
Yeah.
It feels like they're in full control, but Rock Springs has done a decent job of, keeping this thing at least in a ball game.
Sure. They've done a great job. I mean,
and it'll be the third back through. It's going to be stood up. Boy, that's the big back coming through there. I think that's Prater. Prater falls forward out to about the 43-yard line, and it's going to bring up a fourth down now, and Sheridan will take time out. We'll just keep it right here as the Bronx are going to talk about they want to try to get the ball back here and see if they can punch one in.
Right. Yeah, but, it feels like we're totally in control, but Rock Springs, if it weren't for a couple penalties at crucial times, it could be different.
So it'll be fourth down and about 4 for Rock Springs. We'll see if they're going to punt this ball away or if they'll give the Bronx an opportunity for a short field. You'd think they'd want to just try to punt this thing away.
Yeah.
Because if they don't get the first down here, the Bronx are
starting on the right side of the field.
Exactly, with a chance to put some points on the board before the end of this first half.
And I think Sheridan still has 2 more timeouts.
So the Bronx will break their defensive huddle, and the Tigers look like they're going to go for it. Cahill will have the triple I formation lined up right behind him. And he'll go under center now. And it will be the pitch to James. James is going to get outside, break a tackle, nothing doing there. And the Bronx stop it. And the Bronx are going to take over at the Rock Springs 42-yard line. So I don't know if that's the best decision.
Good job by those defenders staying at home, though, and they strung it out.
I mean, I understand you're 1-5, you have nothing to lose, but to give the Bronx the ball on the Rock Springs in your territory with a couple of timeouts and 2:20 left on the clock.
Yeah, and Rock Springs is very aware of how quickly Sheridan can put points up.
I think you'd be better off punting that ball away and making Sheridan at least drive the length of the field. Anyway, Andrew Adams will be back at quarterback this series for the Bronx. He's going to roll to the outside. Has a man. It's overthrown off the hands of Rudy Green. And it'll bring up second down and 10 for Sheridan.
I think number 4 for Rock Springs, Jordan Rodriguez, I think he tipped that ball. I don't think it got overthrown. That was good coverage.
So Sheridan will have second down and 10 with 2:15 left here in the first half. Adams with Rager in the backfield, 4 receivers in the formation. I'd like to see the Bronx run the ball here. They've been able to run the ball fairly effectively. Adams again, downfield, slings it, has a man. That's going to be Rogers, Gage Rogers at the 30-yard line. That's enough for a Bronx first down. Boy, Andrew Adams had to kind of sidearm that thing, but he was able to find Rogers just coming out of his break.
Yeah, Rogers made a nice grab on that.
So the Bronx will be first and 10 at their Rock Springs 30-yard line. 2 and 2, 2x2 is the formation. Adams, again, has a man. It's going to be Rudy Green. He'll make the catch and go out of bounds after a gain of about 6. Out to the 24-yard line. It'll be second down and 4 for the Bronx with 1:57 left here in the first half. Field goal team, if the Bronx were to stall out, William Greer has kicked a 42-yarder this year. Adams drops straight back, has a man across the middle, and it's going to be incomplete for Rogers at the 5. Boy, good attempt by Rogers. The pass was low. He went to the ground to try to bring that in, but just couldn't quite handle it. And it's going to bring up third down for the Bronx. So the Bronx can slow this one down. Third down and 4. Adams gets the signals in. So he has 3 receivers here to the near side. Gage Rogers will be the lone receiver to the far side of the field with Keegan Rager in the backfield alongside. He's lined up to the left side. Adams has a man. It's thrown right to Boston James and intercepted. Well, I'm not sure what Andrew Adams was looking at. He threw that right to the orange number 5.
Yep. Wow.
And Rock Springs will take over with 1:45 left here in the first half.
Something the Bronx don't do very often is turn the ball over.
That's only the third turnover of the year for the Bronx. They've had one fumble, and now that's the second interception of the year for Andrew Adams. They just don't turn it over very often. But Boston James jumped that passing route and was basically thrown right to him. Cahill's going to bring a man in motion. That's James. They fake. The snap goes to the up back, and it'll be the big back, number 20. I think that's going to be Cameron Blake for 6 yards out across the 35. Might give him 7 yards to the 36-yard line. So Blake was the up back, and he took that direct snap with all the motion going on behind him. This time Cahill, he's going to get behind the blocker, and he'll take off. He'll have enough for the first down. The ball comes out, and Sheridan recovers it. Braxton Crow comes up with the loose ball, and Sheridan gets the ball back with 1:10 left here in the half. So Cahill got thumped, and Sheridan will take over at the Rock Springs 42-yard line. So the Bronx get the favor right back. Hey, Tongue River's on the board. They are tied with Wheatland in the second quarter, 7-7.
Nice.
As we go here, 1:10 left in the first half. The Bronx have the ball back. Andrew Adams with Rager flanked to his right side, 4 receivers in the formation. Adams looks downfield, has a man right in the middle of the field, and it's going to be intercepted again.
And he's got nothing but green grass.
But he's going to be run out of bounds. That's going to be Santiago Cruz. And Adams throws the ball away again. Back-to-back turnovers by the Bronx.
It was a good hustle by Caden Smith to get over there because he had a lot of green grass in front of him.
A 21-yard interception return.
And both of those and wide open, right to the defender.
1:01 now remaining. We've had 3 turnovers on 3 turnovers in the last 4 offensive plays. This time the up back Padilla, he'll go straight ahead to about the 49-yard line. Second down and 9. They'll give him a yard, maybe to the 40. Now they are going to place it at the 49-yard line. This time Cahill, he's going to drop straight back, looks downfield, and it's going to be intercepted right back. That's going to be Braxton Crow with his second takeaway in as many plays. So in the last 5 plays, there's been 4 turnovers.
Two by each team. Braxton Crow has.
But there's a flag down, and it's holding on the offense, decline, and Sheridan will take over.
We've seen a little bit of everything in this first half.
Dude. It's like a circus out here. 37 seconds remaining. Andrew Adams coming back out on the field for the Bronx. No, they're going to bring Blaine Phillips in. Phillips will have Rager lined up beside him. 4 receivers in the formation. And the play clock hasn't even been set yet. And now the play clock is set and will go start ticking down. Phillips to Rogers. Rogers breaks a tackle on the outside. He's down the middle of the field at the 50 and into Rock Springs territory. And the Bronx, I think, will call a timeout.
Now they've got 2 left.
Actually, the clock stops until
the chains are set.
They will not call the timeout. 28 seconds. Now they wind the clock with 27. Phillips with 20 seconds. Looks to the sideline. Has to get going. Phillips looks. A double move. Rogers just overthrown. Second down and 10 with 9 seconds now left here in the first half.
Led him just a little bit too far. But that was a nice ball by Blaine.
Will the 3-ring circus come to an end here at the first half? We've got 9 seconds. See if the Bronx can find the end zone. This time the Bronx will send 5 receivers into the formation. Rager will split clear to the far side. And now they look to the sideline, get the second play call in. This could be the last play of the half. The Bronx do have 2 timeouts left. Phillips with the pass. It's going to be caught and out of bounds is going to be Rogers. It'll be 3rd and about 5. Sheridan wants the timeout with 5 seconds left. And let's see what Coach Mowry can draw up here with 5 seconds left here in the first half. Boy, it's just been
a lot of craziness in this last 2 minutes of the game.
One thing after another here tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that the coaching staff won't be real pleased with the offensive power here in the first half. They haven't done a whole. I mean, they've moved the ball when they had it on a short field.
Right, which you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But when they're forced to drive the entire field, they haven't had much success.
So the Bronx break their offensive timeout and will come back out with 5 seconds left here in the first half. Rock Springs comes out with a whole bunch of defensive backs. They just don't want to give up anything deep.
Nobody behind you.
Yeah, they're going to play about 20 yards off the ball. Phillips. This time they swing it, and they're looking for the hook and ladder, and it's going to be, boy, Braxton Crow got lit up, and that's going to end the half. The catch was made, but it was a little bit late developing. Actually, I think it was maybe Keegan Rager that got lit up right at the end of that.
Yeah, Rock Springs had that one dialed down.
So with the first half coming to an end, it's the Sheridan Bronx 14, Rock Springs 0. We'll take a break. When we come back, James Timberlake will have the halftime Powderhorn Show coming your way. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Planning a project that requires block, brick, or stone? You need to contact the folks at Thompson Master Masons. They have the largest selection of brick and stone in town and 39 years of experience behind their work. Chances are, if it can be done, they've done it. Let Thompson's help you choose the best application for your specific project, residential or commercial. Give Thompson Master Masons a call at 672-7971 or stop by their showroom at 135 East 11th Street.
Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing, with offices in Sheridan and Casper, are ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. The Sheridan office of Michael Lansing and McCole Soto provide competent local legal services focused on businesses, real estate transactions, estate planning, employee protections, trust litigation, and personal injury. Michael and McCole will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights and are proud to support all local youth activities.
This year, First Northern Bank of Wyoming is celebrating an incredible milestone, 140 years of serving our Wyoming communities. For generations, we've been with our customers through every season of life, helping families, ranchers, and businesses thrive. From local lending to personalized service, we're proud to be your community bank and trusted partner. Whether you're starting your first loan or account, growing your business, or buying your dream home, we're here for you. First Northern Bank of Wyoming, proudly serving Wyoming communities for 140 years. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 402576.
When the Sheridan Bronx take the field, they bring strength, precision, and pride. At Simply Stone, they bring that same energy into every project, specializing in countertops. Their team fabricates and installs the finest quartz, marble, granite, and porcelain surfaces, turning your home into something truly exceptional. Just like the Bronx, they believe in hard work, dedication, and a rock-solid foundation. Stop by their showroom at 2745 Heartland Drive or visit simplystonewyo.com. Simply Stone, simply the best. It's time for the Powderhorn Halftime Show with James Timberlake. James will be back with scores from around the state, upcoming Sheridan County sporting activities, and what's happening with your Wyoming Cowboys and Denver Broncos after this. From your Halftime Show sponsor, the Powderhorn.
Celebrating 30 years of excellence, the Powderhorn Golf Community is Wyoming's premier golf destination. It all began with Homer Scott's visionary plan, creating an award-winning 27 holes of championship golf, a clubhouse filled with camaraderie, and a community like no other. Here, every view is a masterpiece, and every day feels like a getaway. Discover
Media Sports.
They have hit halftime across the state down in Rock Springs between the Tigers and the Bronx, and that means it's time for the Powderhorn halftime show. Welcome in, everybody. I'm your host, James Timberlake, and at the halfway point, the Bronx are up in this one 14-0. Looking to win their 50th game in a row. Coming up, we'll take a look at the local sports schedule for the weekend around the Sheridan area, and then we'll get a preview of the Cowboys matchup with San Jose State tomorrow, and then a preview of the Broncos' early morning matchup with the Jets across the pond in London on Sunday. But first, let's take a look at the other football scores across the rest of the state going on right now. It's rivalry week across the rest of 4A this evening. Starting off with the Capital City Bowl, Cheyenne East is on the road. The short road trip taking on Cheyenne Central. Central is ahead in that one as they have halftime as well. 10-7 Central is leading. The Oil Bowl is happening over in Casper between Kelly Walsh and Natrona County, with Natrona hosting that matchup. Natrona is leading that one right now 17-14. In the non-rivalry section, Cheyenne South is on the road taking on Laramie right now as well. Laramie is out in front in that matchup, 21-0. And concluding the 4A action with the late game of the night is also the last rivalry game with the battle for Gillette. Thunder Basin is across town taking on Campbell County. That one is just about to get underway. They had the late game this evening, so 7 o'clock start for that one, and they'll kick off here in just a couple of minutes. Locally in 2A action, top-ranked Bighorn is at home taking on Glen Rock right now. Bighorn is cruising in that one, winning handily 42-0. They're about to hit halftime as well. And finally, Tongue River is on the road taking on Wheatland tonight. They're both tied in that one as well, 7-7. That's a look at the football matchups going on right now. Let's switch over to the rest of the sports schedule for this weekend. In volleyball, the Sheridan Lady Broncs are at home this weekend, taking on Cheyenne East tonight, and then they'll welcome in Cheyenne Central tomorrow afternoon. The Bighorn Lady Rams had a game on Tuesday against Natrona. It was an interclass matchup, which they won 3-0. They're currently on the road taking on Moorcroft this evening. The Tongue River Lady Eagles are playing in a tournament down in Douglas, taking on Burns and Pine Bluffs today. And then tomorrow they're on the road taking on Moorcroft as well. In girls swimming, the Lady Broncs are at home this weekend, taking on Cheyenne in a couple duels today and tomorrow. And finally, the Sheridan Hawks are at home this weekend for 2 games. They're taking on Great Falls today. That one just got underway, actually, and then they'll be taking on Butte on Saturday as well. I also just got an update from Kevin Coyle on the Bighorn game. They just hit halftime, and it's actually 45-0. So I'll have a running clock in that one once the second half gets underway there. But again, the Sheridan Hawks, they're at home this weekend for 2 games. They're taking on Great Falls today, and then they'll be taking on Butte tomorrow as well. And puck just dropped in that first matchup for the Sheridan Hawks this evening. That's a look at the local action this weekend. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll get a preview of the Cowboys game tomorrow and the Broncos game on Sunday. You're listening to the Bronc Halftime Report, presented by the Powderhorn.
Visionary plan, creating an award-winning 27 holes of championship golf, a clubhouse filled with camaraderie, and a community like no other. Here, every view is
If we plant it, we guarantee it for a full year. Mystic Tree Farm, just north of town at 114 Decker Road.
Is Wyoming Corporate Office your one-stop shop for everything you need for your Wyoming-based business, LLC, or corporation formulation? Yes. Service of process and mail forwarding services? Indeed. Fulfill the legal requirements for small businesses based in Wyoming? Absolutely. Wyoming Corporate Office provides the communication between your business and the state, so you don't have to. Learn more by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com today.
Have you started having those conversations with others or began thinking to yourself what a new home may look like to you? Hi, this is Colton Bates with the Bates team at Best, and we want to help you bridge the real estate gap between where you are and where you want to be. Even speaking with an agent can oftentimes feel overwhelming because this is generally the number one financial decision in a person's life. We've helped our clients through a wide variety of situations, and you will always have a thoughtful plan that considers your needs and timeline. Choose a real estate team that will take action on your behalf and deliver. Choose the best. Give us a call at 675-BEST and visit bestwi.net today.
Range is giving thanks to local businesses that make living here the best. This year, we thank the Sheridan County YMCA, the Hub on Smith, Teriyaki Madness, Java Moon, and the Sheridan Seed Company for all they do. Range is donating to organizations chosen by these businesses to help spread joy and thanks this season. Live your West life. That's the motivation for everything we do at Range. Learn more at range.net/givesthanks.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
And welcome back to the Bronc Halftime Report presented by the Powder Horn. I got another update for you just from Kevin Coyle. The Tongue River game, that one just hit half as well, and they're tied up 7-7 as well. Again, welcome back. Powder Horn Halftime Report. It's time to take a look at what we got coming up for you on the regional schedule this weekend, starting off with the Wyoming Cowboys. The Pokes are riding a 3-game skid after falling 31-17 to UNLV last weekend to open up their conference schedule. The turnover bug, and more specifically, poor special teams play, really hurt the Cowboys in that game. The Pokes threw one interception, but the big game changer was UNLV blocking 2 separate punts and returning them both for touchdowns, one in the first quarter and the other in the second quarter. That helped them jump out to a 24-3 lead at halftime, and the Pokes were unable to climb out of that hole that they put themselves in. Wyoming will be trying to snap their 3-game skid when they welcome in San Jose State tomorrow. Both teams will come in sporting 2-3 records. However, San Jose State is coming off a 35-28 victory over New Mexico last Friday night. If there is a spot for the Cowboys to try to fix their passing game, it will be this matchup with the Spartans. San Jose sports a decent rush defense, but their pass defense has really struggled this year in all phases of the game, from sack rate to yards after catch to average depth of target. They have been a bad pass defense so far this year. As it stands right now, though, the Cowboys will enter the matchup as 1.5 to 2.5 point home underdogs, depending on the sportsbook that you look at. You'll be able to hear all the action between the Cowboys and the Spartans tomorrow evening right here on 1410 AM and 106.9 FM KWYO, with pregame scheduled for 4, kickoff set for 5 p.m. tomorrow evening. The Denver Broncos are across the pond this weekend, taking on the New York Jets bright and early Sunday morning over in London at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. The Broncos are coming off an impressive road victory against the Eagles last weekend, handing the Eagles their first home loss since September 16th of last season. It took a nice second-half comeback from the Broncos. The Eagles scored towards the beginning of the third quarter, but after that, the Broncos put together 18 straight points to pull off the upset. The Broncos did one of the best jobs we've seen probably in the past year at limiting what the Eagles could do on the ground and Saquon Barkley's ability to affect the game out of the backfield. Saquon only ended up touching the ball 9 total times in that game, and the Eagles finished with just 45 yards on the ground. That was their lowest total rushing the football since 2023. The Broncos were also able to get after Jalen Hurts very effectively as well defensively, finishing with 6 sacks on the evening. This win for the Broncos had that feeling of an early season victory that announced their arrival as one of the teams in the upper echelon of the NFL. They haven't had many of those, if any, in easily the last 10 years. It's a win. Broncos fans could maybe in the future, it's a win that they could look back in the future, or look back and in the future and say that that was one of those games that changed the perspective of fans and critics for this Broncos team. What will be the difference in how it is perceived in the future is how they're able to follow it up. I remember a couple of years ago, the Broncos were at home for an early season matchup against the Dallas Cowboys, and the Broncos absolutely dismantled them. I think they won 42-17 or something like that. That was back in 2018. The Cowboys that year had some high expectations, as they always do. It's the Cowboys, but does anybody else remember that? There might be a couple fans that remember that game, but the reason most people don't is because after that game, that put the Broncos at 2-0. They'd lose the next game, win the game after that, so they'd be 3-1 entering a bye. However, after that bye week, the Broncos rattled off 8 straight losses, and they finished the year just 5-11. So it all matters how they're able to follow up this victory with the Eagles. It is a great win, but now they have to ride that momentum into their matchup against the Jets over in London. The Jets have been going in the opposite direction of the Broncos. They already have already probably have a couple season-defining losses instead of wins. In fact, they're the only team this year still with a 0 in the win column as we enter Week 6. The crazy thing for the Jets is their defense has been the biggest culprit for this team being where they are, allowing almost 32 points per game and 350 yards per game defensively. The defense was the area that a lot of people thought was going to be the strong suit for this team, especially with the defensive coordinator coming in and taking over as head coach in Aaron Glenn. They have yet to force a turnover yet this year as well. It's the first team since at least 1950 to start a season 0-5 while having 0 takeaways. Their offense has been better than expected. They're averaging about 23 points per game, and they've had a better-than-average rushing attack that ranks 3rd in the NFL right now with almost 145 yards per game on the ground. If the Broncos can control the ground game like they did against the Eagles, they should be able to get some good action on offense against a struggling Jets defense. We'll have all the action between the Broncos and the Jets for you live bright and early Sunday morning across the pond over in London over on Fox Sports 106.3 FM with pregame scheduled for 5:30 a.m. and kickoff scheduled for 7:30 a.m. Bronx and Tigers are getting ready to start the second half, so we're going to send it back out to Shane and Ryan Parker for the kickoff. I want to thank you very much for tuning in. I've been your host, James Timberlake, and this has been the Bronx Halftime Report presented by the Powderhorn.
The Powderhorn Golf Community is Wyoming's premier golf destination.
Thank you very much.
It all began with Homer Scott's.
I've been your host, James Timberlake, and this has been the Bronx Halftime Report presented by the Powderhorn.
Celebrating 30 years of excellence, the Powderhorn Golf Community is Wyoming's premier golf destination. It all began with Homer Scott's visionary plan, creating an award-winning 27 holes of championship golf, a clubhouse filled with camaraderie, and a community like no other. Here, every view is a masterpiece, and every day feels like a getaway. Discover world-class golf, stunning homes, and join the vibrant community and club. Live where you play. Visit thepowderhorn.com today.
We all know what number 1 and number 2 are, but have you ever gone number 3? Well, if you have and you now need someone to come and fix your plumbing, there's only one call to make. A+ Plumbing has seen and dealt with it all over the years, and they will not judge you. Give them a call at 672-9454 and let them take care of your number 3. After all, they are number 1 in the number 2 business. A+ Plumbers, 672-9454.
With the colder weather coming, Moss Holders wants to help you be a little more comfortable in your home. So right now, all reclining furniture is on sale. Save on every reclining sofa, love seat, and individual recliner Moss Holders sells. You can choose from a wide variety of quality manufacturers like Flex Steel, Southern Motion, Best, and more. Moss Holders has a large selection in stock, or you can customize your piece and order in your perfect recliner in fabric or leather of your choice. That's Moss Holders Reclining Sale going on now. Moss Holders, furniture is our passion.
Have you been in to see Sheridan YO Sports Cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
Wherever you are, you'll find a branch of Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union. And here's why. If you have a Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union account and a smartphone or other mobile device, visit SheridanCreditUnion.com. Download the free app and your smart device becomes an internet mobile banking device with all kinds of banking features. So, regardless of your location, Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union is in the palm of your hand. Member NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm Doug Hockett with Stiefel Investments, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium here at Rock Springs High School. We are at the half, and Ryan, probably not the most efficient half for the Bronx. Obviously, they scored on back-to-back drives, but both of those drives started in Rock Springs territory. Uncharacteristic penalties tonight for the Bronx and uncharacteristic turnovers late in that first half.
Yeah, the last 2 minutes of that first half was just silly. I mean, in 5 plays, we had 4 turnovers.
2 by each team.
Each team. So the focus is not there right now.
The Bronx have got to do a better job of executing the offense. Obviously, they're playing without some of their, seniors who have really performed well at times this year in Breck Reed and Beck Haswell. Josh Freed, toward the ACL. He's out for the season. They're still missing some guys that haven't played at all yet this year. And they're just going to have to battle through. The young guys are going to have to step up and make plays here down the stretch. They're winning this one, but if they're going to continue to win this ball game and look forward to maybe undefeated against undefeated next week, depending on the outcome of that Campbell County Thunder Basin game tonight as well.
Yeah, and I thought that the Bronx maybe got a little bit away from what they wanted to do. We talked about Rock Springs' defense being really good, and they shut down the run. They forced the Bronx to have to throw the ball. They had a little bit of success with those wide receiver screens, but not like we've seen in the past. And then the deep balls down, the deep balls are just getting picked off.
They hit the one, Gage Rogers went into the end zone with it, but there was a holding call on that play, and so it took the touchdown away, and the Bronx are just going to have to get back after it. Rock Springs will get the ball first to start this second half after the Bronx won the toss and took the ball there to start the game, just as they always do. But as we take a look at other scores from going on, we do have some updates. Cheyenne Central leading Cheyenne East 10-7 in the Capital Bowl there in Cheyenne. Kelly Walsh and Casper Natrona tied at 14 in the second quarter. Laramie leading Cheyenne South 28-0, and Thunder Basin and Campbell County. That game just started at 7 o'clock. That was the 7 o'clock kickoff. We don't have any updates from that game yet.
Yeah, and then there's a big game going on in the 3A too.
Yeah, number 1 against number 2, Star Valley and Cody. They've met the last 3 state championship games as well. Star Valley travels over to Cody. They lead 14-7 in the fourth quarter.
So nice close game,
Yeah.
1 versus 2.
And Star Valley's won, I think, 26 or 27 consecutive games of their own. So they've been on a long winning streak as well. We're going to take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will have the second half kickoff. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Don't put your running shoes away yet. The Sheridan Rec District's annual Halloween 5K and 1 mile kids run is Saturday, October 25th at the Rec District office at Thornrider Park. Check in at 8:30 a.m. Race starts at 9. Wear your costume for a chance to win Best Costume for Kids and Adults. Other prizes raffled too. Sign up now at SheridanRecreation.com for just $15. Race day signups are $25. Questions? Call 674-6421. See you October 25th for the Halloween Fun Run at Thornrider Park. Ready to try something new this season? Sheridan College's community interest classes are here to spark your curiosity and fuel your passions. In Sheridan, explore courses like Fly Time, Plains Indian Art History, Intro to Meat Fabrication, and Intro to Trading and Investing. In Johnson County, enjoy beginning yoga, golf for beginners, and watercolor. Fun, flexible, and designed for you. Classes start soon, so don't wait. Visit sheridan.edu/community or call 307-675-0115 to sign up. That's sheridan.edu/community or 675-0115. Don't put your running shoes away yet. The Sheridan Rec District's annual Halloween 5K and 1 mile kids run is Saturday, October 25th at the Rec District office at Thornrider Park. Check in at 8:30 a.m. Race starts at 9. Wear your costume for a chance to win Best Costume for Kids and Adults. Other prizes raffled too. Sign up now at SheridanRecreation.com for just $15. Race day signups are $25. Questions? Call 674-6421. See you October 25th for the Halloween Fun Run at Thornrider Park.
This is Cheston Feaster with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Rock Springs High School. Shane and Ryan Parker bringing you live Bronx football action after making the long trip down here today. But it's been good. Pretty easy trip.
Yeah, had a little bit of a rain after we left Rollins, but didn't amount to anything, and it's been a beautiful night for football here in Rock Springs.
The Sheridan Bronx got things started at the 5:30 mark of that first quarter after a bad punt snap over the head of the punter. Sheridan took over, and a couple plays later, Keegan Rager took it in from 4 yards out on the touchdown run. William Greer's kick was good, and the Bronx led 7-0, and then after another turnover on downs, the Bronx got the ball back in Rock Springs territory, and with 59 seconds left in that first quarter, Braxton Crow hit pay dirt, 21-yard touchdown run. Greer's kick was good. Bronx led 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. Nothing doing in the second quarter for either team. And so we go to the third quarter here, 14-0 Bronx, and Rock Springs will get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah. I mean, Rock Springs should feel fortunate to only be down 14, but we talked about their defense, third ranked in the 4A, and you know what? They're showing why.
So the Bronx will finish their warm-up here. You get after you come out on the field, after the clock runs down, you do get a 3-minute warm-up time. And so that is just wrapping up. The Bronx kickoff team will come together and we'll get this thing underway. Don't forget, next week we will be at Campbell County High School. Depending on how things go tonight, it looks like it could be number 1 against number 2 in the state. Both teams undefeated. Both teams looking for that number 1 seed in the 4A playoffs.
Yeah.
After next week, there's just 1 week left in the regular season.
Yeah. After next week, then we'll finish up at home on the 24th against Laramie comes to town.
Yep. So that's the way things look for next week. We will be at Campbell County High School for a 6 o'clock kickoff next Friday night for the old Energy Bowl, right?
Used to be played on Saturday afternoons.
Sheridan and Campbell County, the Energy Bowl. I don't know if I think they still call it the Energy Bowl, and I think they still have the trophy, but that's where we will be next Friday night. Kickoff team comes out. William Greer will tee it up at the 40-yard line, and we're just about ready to get this thing underway. They did have an extended halftime here. They had some senior recognition for some of their non-football athletes, golf and cross country, and some band members, and they had little guy football night here as well. And the band performed their halftime marching band, because the marching band competition's coming up here shortly, and so all the teams are getting ready for that. So an extended halftime. We're just about ready to get things underway. Williams got it teed up. There's the whistle, and we are ready to go. And Greer will boot this one, and it's going to come down short of the goal line. It'll be from the 3. That's going to be the big back again for Rock Springs, Cameron Blake, on the return. And he'll
got it out to the 20.
Out to the 20-yard line. So just like a touchback, basically. So that's where Rock Springs will take over on their first set of downs here in the second half.
All right, let's see if this Bronx defense, we've talked about it week in and week out, bend but don't break. But let's create something
here. So Casey Cahill, the direct snap that time to Boston James. He's into the secondary, breaks the tackle, out across the 35, drags tacklers across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. That's a 22-yard run on first down.
Wow.
The Bronx weren't ready defensively on the first snap, and Rock Springs quickly gets back to the line of scrimmage. And again, it is a direct snap to James. Again, he's into the secondary. He'll pick up 5 or 6 more across the 45 to about the 46-yard line. We'll give him 4 yards there on first down. It'll bring up second down and 6. I think Sam Huffman, the first Bronx there defensively for the Bronx. So the Bronx caught off guard a little bit there as Rock Springs went up tempo after that first down play. As they approach midfield, 11 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Cahill, he's going to flip it back to Slater. Slater swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
Bronx are ready for that one.
They've seen that play 3 or 4 times tonight, and that'll drop them back to the 45-yard line. It's going to bring up third down and about 7 now for Rock Springs. Linebackers did a nice job of coming up and making that play for the Bronx.
Yeah, they weren't fooled by that little pitch reverse.
So the linebacking crew there of Crow, Phillips, and Greer. Actually, Rager in there as well. And now Rock Springs takes their time. There's under 10 seconds now left on the play clock. They come to the line of scrimmage. James gets set. Cahill sends a man in motion. And now a timeout as Rock Springs' play clock was running out. And they have to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Want to pick up a new skill, meet new people, or just have fun? Sheridan College's community interest classes are the perfect way to start. From fly tying and Plains Indian art history to intro to butchering and investing basics, there's something for everyone in Sheridan. And in Johnson County, you can try yoga, golf, or watercolor. Courses that excite your interests and expand your curiosity right here in our community. Register today at sheridan.edu/community or call 307-675-0115. That's sheridan.edu/community or 675-0115.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Rock Springs High School. Shane and Ryan Parker bringing you live Bronc football action. Rock Springs had to burn a timeout here early in the third quarter as the play clock was running down on a 3rd down and 7. Actually, they're going to call it 3rd and 8. The scoreboard reads. I think it's 3rd and 7. The ball's placed at the 45-yard line. They've got to get to the Bronc 48. Or to their own 48. Now it's a screen pass out here. The receiver makes the catch, has enough for the first down. He's going to be real close. I think he's going to have it. As the receiver, Karsten Shazitz, made the catch. And it'll be a Rock Springs first down into Bronc territory at the 47-yard line. Now it's the offset line. The center is the only person. Now they do bring up a couple of tight ends to the line of scrimmage. James, the direct snap, he's going to get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They stacked him up. They're going to say the play was dead right at the 47-yard line, 2nd down and 10. As Rock Springs looks like they have a spring in their step, and the Bronc defense is maybe just a touch slow here to start the second half.
Yeah, they didn't come out of the locker room with much energy.
So the Rock Springs offense back to the line of scrimmage. An empty backfield with 4 receivers in the formation. And now a flag.
Oh,
we've got a false start. Boy, the umpire threw that. So that'll set them back 5 yards. And the Rock Springs head coach is like, we weren't even completely set yet. Well, he had his hand on the ground, and I think he lifted his hand.
Yep.
That's a false start. So 2nd down and 15 now for Rock Springs. Another wide receiver screen. That's going to be Boston James. 3 Broncs back there. They're going to wrap him. No, he gets loose down the far side. Boston James breaks away, and he's going to run out of bounds. Boy, the Broncs, 3 Bronc defenders let him go.
Yep, they had him surrounded.
And he stepped out of bounds at the 35-yard line of Rock Springs. That's enough for a first down. And Rock Springs feels like they are right in this ball game. Boy, Boston James, 6'2", 195. He broke away from 3 Bronc tacklers, went down the far sideline before he's finally run out of bounds.
Yeah, they had him bottled up behind the line of scrimmage.
It was going to be a 3 or 4 yard loss, and he just kept his feet going. This time it's going to be Cahill straight up the middle, but Sam Huffman says, nuh-uh. Maybe a yard on the play. Actually, that was Brady Hartman. Came off his block and just wrapped up Cahill, who took the direct snap and went right up between the guard and the center. And Hartman was able to just get off his block and make that tackle for a 1-yard gain. Now Cahill, he'll have 3 backs lined up in front of him. Now James goes in motion. Cahill keeps. He'll be to the 30-yard line before he's wrapped up there. And it's going to be 3rd down and 5, I think, actually, they're going to put the ball at the 29-yard line.
Gage Rogers came up and finished him off there.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 4. This is probably 4-down territory for Rock Springs with 7:52 left here in the third quarter. Broncs leading 14-0 on the range scoreboard.
Yeah, I would definitely say 4th down territory, the way that they've been moving the ball on this opening drive of the second half.
So 3 backs, 2 receivers. James goes in motion. Cahill keeps. Actually, it's going to be a direct snap to the up back. I think that's probably going to be Cameron Blake coming out of the bottom of the pile. No, that was Journey Padilla. And now it's going to be 4th down and 3, a gain of 2 there on 3rd down. And it will be 4th down for Rock Springs from the Bronc 28-yard line. So they gave him a yard. It's going to be 4th and 3 at the Bronc 28. 3 different backs in there with Padilla. He turns right down the middle, has a man. It's knocked down. Oh, great play. Andrew Adams batted that ball just as it was getting to the receiver.
And the Broncs get the ball back.
And the Broncs stop the drive by the Tigers.
You know, the Broncs always seem to make a play when they need to.
They've done that all year. They bend, but they don't break.
Great play by Andrew Adams.
So now the Bronc offense comes back out on the field. Blaine Phillips will be at the quarterback. It looks like it'll be Braxton Crow, the tailback, with 4 receivers in the formation. Phillips will give to Crow. Crow, boy, he's clothesline.
Yeah, I think they're going to get a face mask.
Boy, I think the Tigers got on the face mask. There's flags all over. There's a flag on the far side. There's the 2 or 3 flags in the middle of the field.
But I think they're all for the same thing. I don't know. But I think this is going to be a 15-yarder.
Defensive holding?
Defensive holding.
How is
is that 4 tonight now?
He just made the wrong signal because they're stepping off 15 yards.
Yeah.
So he gave the holding signal and not the face mask signal. But it is 1st and 10 now for the Broncs after the 15-yard face mask.
Yeah, Crow just got almost decapitated.
Wow. And now the Bronc offense, 3 receivers in the formation. Liam Weber to the near side. And the give is to Crow. Crow will fight forward to the 45. Actually, that was Rager. Rager is going to be spotted down. Really no gain on the play. They're going to say it was at their own 44-yard line. So the clock there's no clock. The scoreboard is black. And now a pass downfield, and it's going to fall incomplete. And I think the intended receiver, was that the running back out of the backfield? Was that Keegan downfield? Yeah, the scoreboard has gone black. So we don't know what time is left on the clock.
Yeah, no, it should be the back judge keeping the play or the game clock.
So the play clock is down to 24. 3rd down and 10. There's Rogers with the catch, and he's going to be swarmed under right at the 45-yard line. It's going to bring up is it 4th down now for the Broncs? 4th and 9 for the Broncs. They're going to have to punt this thing away again.
Yep. Not much doing.
The scoreboard is back up and operating. 5:35 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 4th down and 9 for the Broncs. They're going to have to punt this thing away once again. Weber will do the kicking for the Broncs. Good snap. Weber gets the punt away.
Wow.
It's high. It's going to bounce and go out of bounds inside the 25-yard line at about the 24. Yep, they're going to mark it at the 20. Actually, they're going to mark it right at the 25-yard line. So that's where Rock Springs will take over their 2nd series of the 3rd quarter with 5:11 left here to go in the 3rd. And the Bronc offensive struggles continue. Rock Springs, Cahill fakes the give, rolls to the near side. The pitch is to James. James stiff arms one man, run out of bounds across the 30 to about the 33-yard line. So it'll be a pickup of about 8 yards there on first down on the option play to Boston James. So the clock stops with 5:02. And folks, the longest winning streak in the nation was 71 games, 71 consecutive wins by Marion Local High School out of Marion, Ohio. They were upset tonight in overtime, 21-14. So the nation's longest winning streak is now over, which if the Bronx win tonight, they will move into the 2-hole as the second longest winning streak in the country, depending on what happens with the number 2 ranked team. They play tomorrow.
Wow, that's big.
Yeah, 71 consecutive game streak comes to an end tonight for Marion Local out of Ohio. As we approach 4.5 minutes to go here in the third quarter, Rock Springs 3rd down and 1.
Let's see what the Bronx defense can do.
And the give, now it's a fake. Cahill keeps, breaks a tackle. He's going to have enough for the first down. Boy, the Bronx had an opportunity to
Andrew
stop him.
Adams got out there, but just couldn't bring him down behind the line.
So just enough for the first down. Rock Springs gets another set of downs at the 31-yard line.
The Bronx tackling tonight has not been as sharp as normal.
People are going to look at this score and say, what in the heck is happening?
That's okay. We still have the lead.
Now another timeout. Boy, Rock Springs has had to burn their timeouts at the weirdest times.
Yeah.
Just not able to get the play clock in, or the play in, and the play clock is
They're down to
running down.
1 with 4 minutes left in the third.
Yeah, they have 1 timeout left here. We'll just keep it right here. So, Ryan, if the Bronx can win this tonight, it'll be their 50th consecutive win. That will move them to the 2-hole.
In the country.
I think the team that had the second longest winning streak in the country was, let's see, I've got it right here, Garden City, New York, and they're at 58 consecutive games. So tonight, or they'll go for 40 or 59 next week or tomorrow. But yeah, Marion Local had 71 consecutive wins, and they lose tonight in overtime. So Garden City, New York would have the longest winning streak.
Every dog has their day, man.
A big thanks to Mike McLaughlin, who's been keeping up on that stuff for us this year and just sent me the text that Marion had got beat tonight in overtime. So Big Mac, thanks for the information. 1st and 10 for Rock Springs at the 36-yard line. That's a broken play. Boston James looks outside. It's going to be a pass downfield. There's a flag down.
I thought there was some movement, I think, at the center, but they didn't call it right at the snap, so I'm not sure.
I think they're going to get it. That's got to be in the area of holding on Rock Springs. So they tried a little trickery. They pitched that ball to Boston James, and he was looking downfield. He did throw the ball. It was wide of the receiver, but it's going to come back anyway on the hold. And so they'll step that off. It'll be 1st down and 20 for Rock Springs. So 1st down and 20 for Rock Springs, under 3:51 left here in the third. Ball's at the Rock Springs 26-yard line. And that play clock has not even been whistled in yet. And it will be Cahill. Cahill going to be swallowed. And another flag. Another flag comes in. And Cahill was dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain. And the Bronx, if this is on Rock Springs, the Bronx might decline this thing because
another hold.
It was actually a loss of 1 on the play.
Yep, Coach Mallory's saying
so
no deal.
Now it'll be 2nd down and 21. back at the 25-yard line. Cheyenne Central continues to lead Cheyenne East 10-7 in the third. Kelly Walsh leading Natrona County 21-17 at halftime. Those are the other two scores we have right now. Cahill, 4 receivers in the formation. Fake, it's the direct snap to the up back. About a 3-yard gain there on second down. It's going to bring up 3rd and long as Journey Padilla got about 3 yards out to the 28-yard line. So 3rd and long now for Rock Springs, 3rd and 18.
And Rogers and Green come back in the defensive backfield for this 3rd and long play.
Rock Springs is going to empty it, but Padilla will be the up back. 4 receivers in the formation, and Cahill's going to roll to that far side. Huffman forces Cahill down, and he's going to be swallowed up behind the. Actually, he gets back right about to the line of scrimmage. And another Bronc football player now he's getting up.
Owen Matthews was able to finally corral him. Good pressure by that Bronx D.
And so now it'll be 4th down and 18 for Rock Springs. They're going to have to punt this ball away. Rogers and Green go back deep. And Cahill, he came in averaging just 35 yards a punt, but he had that really long one tonight. He got that rugby scrum roll. Cahill, he's going to roll to the near side, get that kick away, and boy,
he shanked that one.
A fair catch is made, and it'll be caught right at midfield by Rudy Green, and the Broncs will take over right at midfield with 2:13 left here in the third quarter. Let's see if the Bronc offense can get something rolling. They have really struggled since the end of the first quarter.
That was a good job of Rudy Green calling for that fair catch. Great field position for the Broncs.
So 1st and 10, Andrew Adams back out under center. And the give is to Keegan Rager. Keegan, boy, he's going to be swallowed up after a gain of 2 to the 48-yard line. Boy, the running has been tough tonight. Rock Springs.
Yeah, we kind of talked about that earlier. They're forcing Sheridan to do different things.
Yeah, their run defense, they only give up 124 yards a game on the ground, and I bet it's been less than that tonight.
Oh, for sure. They're forcing us to throw the ball.
Adams brings a man in motion. They give the ball to Rager. Again, Rager into the secondary, and he's going to be brought down at right about the 40-yard line. I think they're going to give him, let's see, do they give him the first down, or is it going to be marked just short?
The near side official, I thought, was marking it right at the 40, but I think they're going to mark him a yard short.
Keegan's got blood on his elbow, so he's going to have to go out of the ball game.
Get retaped. Boy, that is not a good spot that they gave him.
Yeah, that far side line judge came in and marked it at the 39. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. Adams calls for the snap, gives the ball to Greer. Greer fights forward, and he's going to have the first down at the 40-yard line. So Greer will get the first down.
If it's touching the 40.
Because the ball was at midfield.
Right.
Oh, they're saying it's 4th down. Come on. The ball was spotted at midfield. They are at the 40-yard line. It's got to be a first down.
The ball's halfway across the 40.
But they're saying it's 4th. Well, the scoreboard said first down. It's 4th and 1.
And
Adams. And he just throws it out of bounds. Well, it was.
What in the world?
What in the world were the Broncs doing? Why did they throw the ball?
You needed like an inch.
You needed an inch.
Wow.
And now, boy, the officials have really unbelievable. The ball was at the midfield. They got to the 40. They didn't give him a first down.
And then the Bronx ran a silly play.
Andrew Adams threw it about 12 yards out of bounds, and Rock Springs takes over on downs at their own 40-yard line. Cahill finds Dominguez, the little guy, on the out route.
Keegan Rager on the tackle.
It was Jordan Rodriguez on the reception for 6 yards out across the 45 to the 46. 2nd down and 4 for Rock Springs. Rock Springs hurries to the line of scrimmage. And that's going to be the end of the quarter. It will be enough for a first down. And as the reception was made out there by the wide receiver, Max Guard. So after 3 complete, it's the Sheridan Bronx 14, Rock Springs 0. You're listening to Bronx football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Introducing Transfer the Cents from Security State Bank, the easiest way to save without thinking about it. Every time you use your debit card, we round up your purchase to the nearest dollar and move the change into an account of your choosing, free of charge. It's automatic, effortless, and adds up fast. Start saving with every swipe. Ask about Transfer the Cents today. Security State Bank, small enough to listen, big enough to help. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Rock Springs High School as we go to the 4th and final quarter here. The Bronx leading 14-0. It's been that score since the end of the first quarter. The Bronx scored with 59 seconds left in the first to make it 14-0. And Rock Springs has it 1st and 10 into Bronx territory at the 47-yard line. Cahill looks, and he's hit just as the ball is released. They come back for it, and it's going to be a pass interference out there on Andrew Adams. He grabbed the receiver. That'll be a first down on the Bronx.
It's not a spot foul like it is on Sundays,
Right.
but still.
It's a 15-yarder.
Yep.
Cahill got drilled by one of the Bronx defenders as he let that ball go. But Andrew Adams didn't even turn around and look at the ball. He just grabbed the receiver, and it'll be pass interference. On the Bronx, moves the ball to the Bronx 32-yard line. Rock Springs has it 1st and 10. Cahill, 5 wide, rolls out, has James out on the outside, and the first tackler there is Newman. He can't bring him down, and James picks up about 5 yards after the catch.
Bronx are just not doing a good job of tackling tonight. They're not wrapping up. I don't see a lot of team tackling either.
There's not a lot of energy on the defensive side of the ball for the Bronx. 2nd down, 6 to go for Rock Springs. Direct snap right into the teeth of the defense. Goes the up back, and no gain, maybe even a loss of a half a yard on the play. Journey Padilla, the ball carrier. They're going to lose at least 1 back to the Bronx 29-yard line. 3rd down, and we'll call it 6.
Let's see if the Bronx can get a stop here.
Well, this is 4-down territory probably again
for sure.
Rock Springs. So the offense breaks the huddle. He's going to send 3 receivers to the near side, with Padilla, the up back, and 1 receiver to the far side. Cahill, he's going to roll to this near side, being chased. He's chased out of the pocket, and he's going to be the ball is going to be tipped there. And one of the Bronx defenders is down. But he's going to be getting up.
That's Brady Hartman.
Hartman's going to have to come off the field for just a second, looks like.
Looks like he'll be all right. But it does bring up a big 4th down. Let's see if these Bronx can get a stop.
So 4th down now for Rock Springs from the Bronx 29-yard line. 4th down and 6. The play clock is at 16 and counting. And Rock Springs, they're still in the huddle with 10 seconds left. They're not going to get this play off. They're going to have to call another timeout. And they do. They get the timeout with 1 second. That was their final timeout of the ball game. But they were in the huddle forever. They just could not get that thing.
Well, it took them a little bit of time to send the play in, too.
Well, Ryan, we spoke a little too soon. We got bad information. So in the second overtime, the team that Marion was playing went for 2. They didn't get the 2-point conversion. Marion Local ends up winning 28-27. So the winning streak continues.
So Mike McLaughlin was just a little premature. But
that's okay, Mike. Thanks for the information.
Man. But
Marion
okay.
Local, so the long winning streak continues. Now is 72 games.
It's all good. Let's see.
It's like it's almost like it's a night like that because the Bronx have the 3rd longest winning streak in the country, and they're being pushed here tonight as well.
They're up by 14 on the scoreboard, but it doesn't feel like they have really especially the second half. They really haven't controlled it at all. Their offense is stagnant.
The defense has been on the field a long time here in the second half. They haven't had the ball much on offense. Feels like maybe the defense has gotten a little tired.
Big 4th down right here.
Big 4th down play. 4th down and 6 from the Bronx 29. 5 receivers in the formation. Cahill drops straight back, looks to the sideline, and it's going to be incomplete. Noah Newman was the defender out there, and he forced that receiver right to the edge.
That was good coverage, too. He was right there. He read that play all the way and was just able to kind of use the sideline as an extra defender.
And the ball was thrown a little bit wide, so the Bronx defense holds again, and they take over at their own 29-yard line with 10:20 left here in the 4th and final quarter. See if we can get something going here. Drive the ball down the field. Run some time off the clock. Andrew Adams will be the back with Keegan Rager in the backfield, and we've got 3 receivers bunched up on the left side of the line. The give straight ahead to Rager. Rager across the 45 to the 40. Out across the, that was the 35 to the 40-yard line. And then one of the defenders, after he was already down, dumped him back on his backside.
But then helped him up.
So a 1st down run for Keegan Rager out across the 40 to the 41-yard line. And now Braxton Crow will come into the ball game. And Blaine Phillips. Actually, that's Torrey Phillips coming in at the quarterback spot. And William Greer will check in as well. 9:50 to go here in the ball game. The Bronx leading 14-0 on the range scoreboard. Torrey Phillips fumbles the snap, and he's going to be drilled in the backfield. Boy, that defender, Padilla, came unblocked off the edge. And now Andrew Adams comes back in at quarterback. William Greer will be the running back. 2nd down and 14 from their own 37. The Bronx look to the sideline to get the play. 2 receivers to the far side. Liam Weber, the receiver to the near side. Adams fakes the give.
And he's going to... And that was like a safety blitz. And he came in untouched.
Andrew Adams gets buried back behind the 30 at about the 29-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and a mile now for the Bronx.
I don't think this quarterback by committee thing is working.
Well, it's just confusing. One play, it's one guy. The next play, it's another guy.
How can you get in any rhythm?
So 3rd and 22 for the Bronx from their own 29-yard line with 8.5 minutes to go here in the ballgame. Two running backs in the formation, 3 receivers, 2 to the near side. And now a whistle and a timeout by the Sheridan Bronx with 8:14 left here in the ball game. We'll take timeout as well. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Do you have family coming to town and not enough room in your home to accommodate them? Book them a room at the Candlewood Suites in Sheridan. They'll enjoy features like fully equipped kitchens that include a microwave, full-sized refrigerator, dishwasher, stovetop, even pots and pans, and free guest laundry. Did I mention the outstanding views of the Bighorns? Book your reservation with the Candlewood Suites and relax knowing they'll feel right at home. Call the Candlewood Suites 307-675-2100.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Rock Springs High School. Shane and Ryan Parker bringing you live Bronx football. 8:14 left here in the ballgame. Bronx leading 14-0 on the range scoreboard. We'll try to get some other scores in here for you. Bronx 3rd and 22 here from their own 29-yard line. Adams calls for the ball, gives to Rager. Rager bounces outside, makes
and
a
they're ready for it.
Boy, the defense just pummels him at about the 34-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the play, but the Bronx are going to have to punt the ball away. So 4th down now for the Bronx.
Nothing doing for this Bronx offense tonight.
And Liam Weber will come on to punt the ball away. It will be Cameron Blake back deep for Rock Springs. And Weber watches that clock tick down and calls for the ball. It's a high snap. He gets it, and he gets the punt away, and Blake gets away from it. It takes a pretty good bounce, and the Bronx will down it at the 30-yard line. So that's where the Rock Springs will take over at the 30-yard line. Some other scores coming in from around 4A. Cheyenne East leading Cheyenne Central 21-17. Kelly Walsh leading Natrona County 28-17 in the third quarter. No score yet from Thunder Basin, Campbell County. We'll see if we can get a score from that ball game.
All right, let's see if this Sheridan defense can step up and make some plays on this drive. They've been on the field a long time.
Cahill rolls to the near side. The catch is made, and a good tackle out there by Braxton Crow.
Only a short gain.
The catch was made out there by Declan Henderson.
And we've got a injured Rock Springs player.
That's one of the offensive linemen, I do believe.
Number 55. Hezekiah Purvis is the one down.
He's able to sit up. Looks like they're...
Maybe a left knee. Hard to see.
And so Rock Springs gets to kind of... They are out of timeouts, but they can use this as a little bit of a timeout here. And the injured Tiger gets up and is going to make his way to the sideline. He's able to put some weight on that leg. So 7:05 to go here in the ball game. The Bronx leading 14-0 on the range scoreboard. It'll be 2nd down and 7 for Rock Springs after the short completion. And Rock Springs offense is back, almost ready to go. Here comes the Bronx defense. They're going to have one back as the up back with Cahill, and 4 receivers in the formation. This time he's going to roll to that far side, looks, throws right down the middle of the field, has James, and that's just incidental contact.
Yep, their feet got tangled
up. The feet just
up.
kind of got tangled up.
Yep. Their feet got, we watched it from right here.
Yep.
Who was that on the coverage? River Osborne on the coverage, and their feet just got tangled up. They're both running. But, man, Sheridan needs to know where Boston James is at all times. Crowd in Rock Springs did not like that no call.
So this time Cahill going to roll. Again, chucks it downfield, and Boston James makes the catch into Bronx territory.
And River Osborne
is down. And he is hurting, boy. He was the defender on the play.
You've got the Rock Springs trainer out there, and Coach Mowry and Coach Reiser.
So River down on the field. He's face down.
But Boston James went up and made a good catch.
And I don't know if it's his arm, shoulder.
Yeah, but he hasn't moved. I mean, he's moved, but he hasn't tried to get up or anything since he went down.
So with 6:49 left here in the fourth quarter, Rock Springs will have it 1st and 10 at the Bronx 40-yard line. We're going to take a quick timeout as they tend to the injured Bronx. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
It's Wyoming. 1 minute you're melting like ice cream in August, the next you're colder than an ice fisherman's backside in January, and your dog's stolen all the blankets. Luckily, Carl's Heating and Air Conditioning has your backside. Carl knows Wyoming weather better than anyone. Then he'll keep your home comfy whether Brutus gives back those blankets or not. Call Carl's Heating and Air Conditioning today or find us in the Country Bounty Business Directory. Carl, making homes comfortable no matter how moody Wyoming weather gets.
Doug, I love fall. Pumpkin spice, football, piles of leaves.
Don't forget piles of savings, Bob. Buy 3, get the 4th for just $1 at Waring Chevrolet.
$1? That's less than a hot dog at a ball game.
Hey, and these tires will last a lot longer than you won't have heartburn.
So pile up the leaves, pile up the savings, and pile into Waring Chevrolet.
Exactly. This fall, keep your ride rolling smooth with buy 3 and get the 4th tire for just $1. 107 East Alger or online at WaringSheridan.com.
Hi, this is Jeff Tomlinson with Stifel Financial, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Rock Springs High School, Bronx football here on KWYO. The Bronx leading 14-0 as the Bronx coaches tend to River Osborne, who's still laying on his back at the 40-yard line. And Rock Springs will have it 1st and 10 at the Bronx 40 after the long completion to Boston James. He went up and got that pass, and I don't know if he came down on River. River was the defender on the play.
But all they've done is roll him over. He was face down, and they got him rolled over, but we don't know.
So we will take another quick break while they tend to the injury. You're listening to Bronx Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Leaves crunching, kettles whistling, football helmets colliding, families chattering, the sounds of fall. Hearing loss can be a subtle thief, taking away these precious sounds and others that make our lives so rich. If you think you or a loved one may be struggling, please call our office to schedule your free hearing test and consultation. There is nothing to lose and everything to gain. Let the changing seasons encourage you to make a positive change for better hearing. Call 674-8920, on the web at ebahearing.com, or visit on Coffeen Avenue, right next to Sherwin-Williams.
Since 19 1935, First Federal Bank and Trust has been a cornerstone of Sheridan.
And to celebrate 90 years of community commitment, we're donating $90,000 to 10 nonprofit organizations in Sheridan. Each month through November, we'll honor our legacy of community support by investing in a local nonprofit.
This month, First Federal will award $9,000 to the Hub on Smith.
90 years, $90,000. Community commitment at its finest. Visit efirstfederal.bank. Member FDIC.
This is Cody Leithhead with Sheridan Physical Therapy, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back after the injury. They were able to get River Osborne off, not put much weight on his right leg at all. Will be Cahill, takes the snap, looks to the sideline, has a man there, and the receiver is the little guy out there, Jordan Rodriguez. He makes the tackle. Actually, he's tackled at about the 31-yard line. It's a gain of...
So it's third and short.
Second down and 1 here for Rock Springs after the 9-yard gain. Cahill again dropping straight back, looking to the end zone. He's got a man in the end zone. It's caught. That's a Rock Springs touchdown.
Wow.
And Rock Springs is right back in this ballgame with 6:14 to go. That's a 31-yard touchdown pass
to Rodriguez. The little guy got behind the defender and made a great catch.
So Cahill to Rodriguez.
That offensive line for Rock Springs has given Cahill all the time in the world to throw the ball.
And I think the extra point guy is Carter Price. He will come on for the extra point. And the extra point is bobbled, and he's going to be swallowed up. The extra point will be no good. So it's going to be 14-6 on the range scoreboard. So the Broncs hold on to an 8-point lead with 6:14 to go. We'll just keep it right here as we get ready for another Bronc offensive series. So the kickoff return team, they've only had the opportunity to return one so far tonight, and that was the opening kick. So we see if we can get a good return here to set the offense up in good field position. Boy, and the Rock Springs crowd is into this ballgame now with the Broncs leading 14-6 here in the fourth quarter.
Well, you know, we talked about it, and Coach Mowry talked about it. You got to be able to handle the long bus ride and come and get off the bus and be ready to go. And this Bronc offense has just not...
They haven't found a rhythm tonight.
They haven't gotten into any sort of a rhythm.
And you know, Rock Springs, they're probably going to try to onside kick this. The Bronx hands team is out on the field. So the kicker, Peterson, will get this thing teed up at the 40-yard line. And now they're going to bring all the Bronc kickoff return team up within about 20 yards.
Yep, they got to be ready.
And the onside kick is going to be recovered by the Broncs at about the 43-yard line. So the Broncs able to recover that onside kick.
It's Willis Long that just fell on that ball.
So the Broncs will take over 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line. Blaine Phillips will be the quarterback. Keegan Rager will be the running back. Will Greer the up back with 3 receivers in the formation. And the give is to Rager. Rager straight ahead across midfield, and he'll pick up 9, almost 10 yards on the carry.
Let's see where they mark it.
Out to the Rock Springs 44-yard line. I think they're going to say first down.
They haven't signaled yet.
And they're going to measure this.
But they didn't measure the one that
Right.
was...
They didn't measure the one before.
Right.
When the Bronx, it made the Bronx have it 4th and inches, and the Bronx threw the ball away on 4th down. So a 10-yard run for Keegan Rager. They're going to come out and measure this thing. So the sticks come out. They set the stick down, they stretch it out. And it's going to be 2nd down in inches, I do believe.
Yeah.
So he's just short. So 2nd down in inches for the Bronx in Rock Springs territory here. But that old injury bug continues to bite the Bronx. So the offense comes up to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers bunched at the left end of the line. Phillips will have Rager in the backfield. Liam Weber will be the receiver to the near side. They wind the clock with 6 minutes to go here in the ball game. Phillips. He's going to follow, bounce it outside, breaks a tackle. He takes on 2 tacklers and is driven out of bounds at about the Rock Springs 35-yard line.
Nice run by Blaine.
They're gonna say he was out of bounds at the 36-yard line. So Bronx will have it 1st and 10 at the Rock Springs 36. They wind the clock again. They should have stopped. The chains weren't. Normally they don't run it, and now they're stopping the clock.
No, it's still running. Oh, it finally stopped at 25.
The referee walks up behind the center. They're saying somebody for Rock Springs has to come off the field. I don't know if they saw something there, but now they wind the clock with 5:25 to go here in the ball game. Blaine, the give to Keegan. Keegan breaks that initial line of scrimmage, and he's going to be down to about the 30-yard line, a gain of 6 on that carry.
And remember, Rock Springs is out of timeouts.
They cannot stop the clock.
And I know that we've been...
Why is the clock stopped? Unless there was is there a flag on the play? No.
I don't understand.
Oh, maybe one of the officials fell down. I think the back judge got knocked over.
Okay.
So he was having to get his little headset thing put back on, his earpiece. This time it will be Keegan again, straight ahead, and he'll be knocked down at the 29-yard line. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down now for the Bronx. Gain of 1 or 2 there on 2nd down.
I know we've been pretty critical about this Bronx offense tonight, but man, oh man, it's been a long time since we've seen the offense struggle like this, so it's not something that we're used to seeing, but teams are going to have nights like this. So we're still got the lead on the scoreboard. We're still okay. But we're used to seeing that high-powered, high-scoring offense by the Bronx.
Under 7 seconds now on the play clock. Blaine takes the snap, looking out, and the ball's tipped at the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 4th down. They were looking for William Greer out there on the little swing pass.
Yeah, I think that D lineman got his hand up and tipped it.
So now it's going to be 4th down and about 3. 4th and 3 from the 39-yard line. And Keegan will be the snap receiver. And now they get the second play call in. Rudy Green will be the receiver out here to the near side. And now Greer switches spots to the left-hand side. They bring a man in motion. Keegan drops it, and he's going to be dropped for a loss. And Rock Springs stops Sheridan again on 4th down.
Bad snap.
With 4:03 remaining here in the ball game, Rock Springs stops Sheridan on 4th down, and the defense, who has spent most of this half on the field, is going to have to come back in.
Yeah.
And Rock Springs has thrown the ball well here in the 4th quarter.
And it started kind of from the first play of the game today, where we've been having issues with the snap. So
the defense back out on the field for the Bronx. Cahill will bring 3 receivers to the near side. And he drops straight back, looks to the sideline, has a man. He's run out of bounds after a gain of 7. Actually, they're going to give him 8 yards out to the Rock Springs 39-yard line.
That's Rodriguez again. And he got out of bounds to stop the clock, too.
3:59 remaining here in the ball game. And now what is going on with? Now they have to say this Rodriguez has to come out of the ball game again. I don't know what is going on. The officials keep telling he just made the pass. He didn't get touched. He just ran out of bounds, but he's got to exit the ball game.
I wonder if his knee pads aren't covering his knees,
So they wind the clock. That was an out of bounds play. This time, the ball carrier goes straight ahead, no gain. It'll be 3rd and 2 from the 39-yard line. Why did the officials roll the clock on? It was an out of bounds play.
And I'm guessing it was a uniform because they taped his knee pads down over his
This time,
knees.
Cahill. And now a flag and a false start at the snap of the ball before the snap, and that'll back up Rock Springs 5 yards. So that'll make it 3rd down and 7 at the Rock Springs 34-yard line. Cahill brings his troops back to the line of scrimmage with 3:17 left here in the ballgame. The Bronx leading 14-6 on the range scoreboard. Cahill right down the middle, off the hands of Rodriguez, and it'll be 4th down now for Rock Springs. Well, that little guy can run some routes.
Yeah. Couple scoring updates. Cheyenne East is leading Cheyenne Central 28-24 in the 4th quarter. Kelly Walsh is up 28-25 over Natrona in the 4th quarter. And at halftime, over in Gillette, 0-0.
So the Coal Bowl is 0-0 at the half.
And Bighorn ended up with a 59-0.
3 receivers in the formation. Cahill rolls out, and he's going to be swarmed under and sacked back at the 25-yard line.
Bronx are going to get great.
So the Bronx are going to take over at the Rock Springs 25-yard line. The Bronx finally brought some pressure.
Good coverage downfield that allowed those rushers to get to Cahill.
Well, Cahill he didn't have time to even get his feet set either, so he just kind of had to try to. And the give straight ahead, and he'll pick up 3 yards down to the 22-yard line. I think that was Braxton Crow off the bottom of the pile. So it was Crow on the carry. And the play clock continues to run now with 2:41 left here in the ball game. And Ryan, I think you said it a little bit ago, but some nights you're going to have games like this.
Yeah.
It's a long bus trip. The kids are playing without a lot of their teammates that are injured. They're all having to do different things, play different positions, play a lot of ball, and things might have just caught up with the Bronx tonight. Phillips makes one man miss, and then he's going to be dropped back at the 25-yard line. So it's going to bring up 3rd and 10 now for the Bronx. Will be under 2 minutes to go here in the ball game when they snap the ball next. 3rd and 10. Coach Mowry will call his best 3rd and 10 play here.
But you'd like to be able to get a first down.
Absolutely. If they get a first down, the ball game's over.
Because Rock Springs has been moving the ball, minus that last 4th down play.
Phillips with 5 seconds on the play clock, rolls to the far side. Someone chasing him down out there. And Phillips going to take a licking at the 29-yard line. Excuse me, the 24-yard line. But now they're going to stop the clock because of an injury.
And I don't, where'd they spot the ball?
They spotted the ball about the 26-yard line. It's going to be 4th and 11. And now there's 2 injured Rock Springs players on the field, which stops the clock. The Bronx could have run this thing down under a minute with the play clock, but with 2 injuries, it stops the clock.
Nothing you can do about that. But do you kick a field goal? 43-yarder? Is that what we'd be at?
The first guy is up and hobbling to the sideline with some help. And now the other injured Rock Springs player, that's Rodriguez. He comes limping up as well. So 4th and 11 here for the Bronx, with 1:24 left on the clock. And the injuries are, the officials should be, let's see what these officials do. There's no runoff in high school, so but they should be winding the clock right now. Both teams are back out on the field. Wind the clock. The Bronx are going to go for it here on 4th down. Now they wind the clock. And I don't know why the Bronx didn't let the play clock just wind down. He throws. And oh boy, Gage Rogers got blown up at about the 5-yard line, no flag. And with 1:14 left on the clock, Rock Springs is going to get the ball back with a chance to drive the field. They could have let another 20 seconds run off the clock. So Rock Springs will get the ball back with 1:14 left here in the ball game, down by 8. They move the ball to the center of the field. Cahill will send 3 receivers out here to the near side and 1 to the outside. Cahill, straight back, looks outside, overthrows his man. Rodriguez is back in the ball game. He was one of the injured guys, which tells me there could have been a little bit of...
Yeah, the other guy they're still working on over here on the bench.
Again, same formation. Cahill drops straight back, has a man out here on the flat.
No,
nope. It's incomplete. Boston James couldn't quite bring it in.
Almost made a pretty darn good catch.
Yep, with 1:05 left here in the ballgame. The Bronx leading 14-6 on the range scoreboard. Trying to hold on. The coach is 25 yards or 20 yards out on the field. Now they huddle up. The clock is stopped due to the incomplete pass. It's 3rd and 10 now for Rock Springs.
Nobody behind you if you're a defensive back for Sheridan.
Cahill fakes, throws it down the far side. It's way out of bounds, and that's going to stop the clock with 1 minute left. It'll be 4th and 10.
That was overthrown by like 10, 15 yards.
Well, one of the Bronc guys that aren't in uniforms caught it on the far sidelines over there, about 4 yards out of bounds, but it was way over the receiver's head. So 1 minute exactly left here in the fourth quarter. The Broncs leading 14-6. 4th and 10 from the Rock Springs 26-yard line. Cahill, 3 receivers to this side, 1 to the far side. He drops straight back, looks downfield, has a man underneath. It's caught, and he's not going to get the first down. But that stops the clock, and the Broncs are going to hang on. All they have to do is go into victory formation now, as Rock Springs cannot stop the clock. And the Broncs are going to survive here in week 7 of the 4A football season. And the victory formation is now set up for Sheridan. Andrew takes the snap and goes to a knee. And they'll have to do it one more time, and then this ball game will end. But it has been a difficult challenge tonight for the Sheridan Broncs. They're going to have to get back next week, go to work. And they'll snap it one more time, and that will do it. That's going to be the ball game, as the Broncs are going to win this thing 14-6.
It wasn't pretty.
But a win's a win, right?
Absolutely. 50 in a row.
50th consecutive victory for the Sheridan Broncs. And
number 81 for Coach Mowry.
The 81st. He's now 81-9 in less than 8 complete seasons as the head coach of the Sheridan Broncs. So that is the end of the ball game. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back. We'll have the First Federal Bank and Trust postgame show coming your way. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Hold on your game tokens. McDonald's Monopoly's back. You order your favorites, you receive a game piece. Peel it, scan it in the app. It could be a free snack or a dream prize. Over 30 menu items are eligible. Want more chances? Every game piece gives you a bonus play in the app, too. Free food, trips, new ride, even $1 million in cash. It's all up for grabs. Don't just dream about Monopoly money. Play for the real thing at McDonald's. Download the app, register, and get ready to peel, play, and win. McDonald's, Sheridan, Buffalo, and Gillette.
Story House Village, located just 2 miles from downtown Sheridan out East 5th Street, isn't just another subdivision. It's a 240-acre master plan neighborhood with a 35-acre park, which includes gorgeous views, walking paths, and even a 12-acre lake. Story House Village in Sheridan, where your family's next chapter begins. We have lots starting at just $73,000. Call me at Alicia Carroll with ERA Carroll Realty at 307-752-6997.
At First Bank of Wyoming, you will always talk to a real person like me. Hi, my name is Dee Crawford, and our team is here to answer your questions, offer guidance, and provide personalized solutions. Because you deserve a bank that puts you first. Stop by or call us today. First Bank of Wyoming, banking made personal.
First Bank of Wyoming, division of Glacier Bank, member FDIC.
At Camco Federal Credit Union, we offer all the banking functions you need with the personal touch you deserve. From our rewards checking and our share certificates to convenient online banking with our mobile app. Whether you need to remote deposit a check, pay a bill, or transfer funds, we make it easy. And when you need to talk to a real person, our friendly team is ready to assist you. Visit one of our branches or call us today at 307-682-6105. Camco Federal Credit Union, member NCUA and Equal Housing Lender.
Need screen printed and embroidered items? Well, whatever you need, Kilpatrick Creations is the go-to local company for these types of items. If it's screen printed or stitched, we are the ones to help you. Give us a call first. We're here to help you and want to help you with your imprinted garment or accessory needs. We've been in the business and serving Sheridan County for over 20 years. We have the experience, talent, and selection of goods that allows us to help you promote your business, club, or event in the best, most affordable way possible. Come see Kilpatrick Creations for all your screen printed or embroidered needs.
Building or remodeling your home or commercial space can be overwhelming. With so many decisions to make, choosing the right contractor matters. At North Country Construction, we believe you deserve a team you can trust. From initial planning and site work to concrete and final touches, we handle the entire process with a decade of quality in the Sheridan area that speaks for itself. When only the best will do, call North Country Construction, 307-461-2896.
One Health in Sheridan provides medical care, mental health, and other support services for the whole family. Our whole person approach serves children, adults, and seniors, and we accept patients with private insurance, Medicare, Medicaid, and no insurance. From childhood immunizations and wellness checks to substance use treatment, visit One Health for same-day availability and an income-based sliding fee. Visit onechc.org/Sheridan for more information.
In a place where honesty and hard work define us, there's a bank that's fully invested in Wyoming. The banks of Buffalo, Gillette, and Sheridan. We understand that business owners are the backbone of our communities. And whether you run a ranch, a restaurant, or a retail store, we're here to support you with a range of account options and personalized services without all the unexpected fees. Because when your business succeeds, our communities thrive. Visit buffalofed.bank for all your business banking needs. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is Dr. Michelle Meehan, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Rock Springs High School, Tiger Stadium. Shane and Ryan Parker, we're here on the First Federal Bank and Trust postgame show. And Ryan, all we can say is, whew.
Yeah.
The Bronx survive. This is probably the one game in the last, 20, 25 games where you just say, sometimes you just don't have it.
Yep.
But they still found a way to win it tonight. 14-6. The final score here from Rock Springs High School, and it was not a thing of beauty tonight, but as my good friend and mentor, my late friend and mentor Trevor Jackson would say, that was brutal.
And it was brutal to watch.
It was brutal.
Like I said earlier, we're used to seeing this high-powered Bronx offense and excitement and stuff, and it just wasn't there tonight.
The offense just really struggled to get anything going, and kudos to the Rock Springs defense. They brought the energy tonight. They were the more aggressive team. I thought they played hard. They gang tackled. They made plays that Sheridan they just weren't ready for the game tonight. It didn't look like, and you don't want to make excuses for them. And we're talking like they lost.
Right.
They won the game.
They did.
It was a team that was 1-5. Rock Springs had nothing to lose tonight. They gave it their all. They threw everything but the kitchen sink at the Bronx.
Yep.
And kudos to the Rock Springs Tigers. They left it all on the field tonight. And the Bronx, they do survive. They do get that 50th win in a row, and they'll have to regroup and get ready for a
next week will be a different story.
A talented Campbell County team on the road again next week. So, the way the scoring went down tonight, the Bronx jumped out. They were up 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. With 5:30 left in that first quarter, there was a bad snap over the head of the punter, and they couldn't do anything with it. The Bronx took a short field, and at the 5:30 mark, Keegan Rager ran one in from 4 yards out, and William Greer's kick was good, and the Bronx led 7-0. And then after another turnover on downs, the Bronx got the ball back, and Braxton Crow broke loose on a 21-yard touchdown run to get back in the end zone for the Bronx. William Greer's kick was good, and it was 14-0 at the end of the first quarter. And the Bronx did nothing the rest of the ball game. It was a couple turnovers late in the first half, and it was a lot of turnover on downs, just missed opportunities by the Bronx.
Some penalties
that set them back in different series. And in the fourth quarter, Rock Springs did get on the board with 6:14 left in the game. 31-yard touchdown pass from Casey Cahill to Rodriguez. The snap on the kick was bobbled, and it was no good for their 6 points, and the Broncs won this thing 14-6. We're going to take another quick timeout. When we come back, we will have head coach Jeff Mowry here on the First Federal Bank and Trust postgame show. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO at 106.9 FM.
They'll tell you nobody sells campers cheaper than them. Let me tell you, they're wrong. We do. Midway RV in Sheridan has new campers at the lowest prices in the country. Units won't last at these prices. Limited floor plans available, trade-ins welcome, financing ready. Midway has a floor plan for you. Hit the mountain road or back road for less. Stop by our newest showroom on Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan. Visit midwaycampers.com. Lowest prices in the country, right at your fingertips.
Friday Night Lights, hard hits, and Sheridan pride. Your Broncs are back on the field. 7P Builders is proud to stand behind our hometown team, supporting the athletes who give it their all every game. Off the field, when it comes to your home, 7P Builders specializes in sidings, decks, and roofs, new builds and remodels, helping families create spaces that last for generations. Call 307-763-3202 to set up your appointment. From the sidelines to your neighborhood, 7P Builders says, go Broncs.
It's cold and getting colder, but Farmers Co-op is ready to help you stay warm this winter with premium wood pellets for your stove and deliver your propane to your place. Heating your barn or shop? They have kerosene and #1 diesel for your portable heaters as well. And don't forget the feed supplements for your livestock to get them through the winter. Come in from the cold with Farmers Co-op, owned by those they serve at 1450 Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan.
Have you been to the showroom at Thompson Master Masons? If you're thinking about doing a masonry project, you need to stop by and check it out. Thompson's is located on the corner of Broadway and 11th in Sheridan with a showroom full of brick and stone samples. They offer both man-made and natural stone. As a matter of fact, Thompson Master Masons has the widest selection of stone, block, and brick in town. Wholesale or retail, contact Thompson Master Masons.
Chapman, Valdez, and Lansing, with offices in Sheridan and Casper, are ready to protect the freedoms and rights of the citizens of Wyoming. The Sheridan office of Michael Lansing and Nicole Soto provide competent, local legal services focused on businesses, real estate transactions, estate planning, employee protections, trust litigation, and personal injury. Michael and Nicole will aggressively, timely, and ethically protect your rights and are proud to support all local youth activities.
This year, First Northern Bank of Wyoming is celebrating an incredible milestone. 140 years of serving our Wyoming communities. For generations, we've been here through every season of life, helping families, ranchers, and businesses thrive. From local lending to personalized service, we're proud to be your community bank and trusted partner. Whether you're starting your first loan or account, growing your business, or buying your dream home, we're here for you. First Northern Bank of Wyoming, proudly serving communities for 140 years. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender, NMLS number 402576.
When the Sheridan Broncs take the field, they bring strength, precision, and pride. At Simply Stone, they bring that same energy into every project, specializing in countertops. Their team fabricates and installs the finest quartz, marble, granite, and porcelain surfaces, turning your home into something truly exceptional. Just like the Broncs, they believe in hard work, dedication, and a rock-solid foundation. Stop by their showroom at 2745 Heartland Drive or visit simplystonewyo.com. Simply Stone, simply the best.
Hi, this is Austin with Mystic Tree Farm. Fall is the perfect time to plant trees. Cottonwoods, aspens, crab apples, and more, all in stock. At Mystic Tree Farm, we're already prepping for fall planting. So come pick your trees and schedule early. Remember, if we plant it, we guarantee it for a full year. Mystic Tree Farm, just north of town at 114 Decker Road.
Hi, this is DJ Dearcorn of First Federal Bank and Trust, and you are listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium here at Rock Springs High School. Shane and Ryan Parker with here on the First Federal Bank and Trust postgame shows. We take a look at some scores from around the state as we wait for Coach Mowry to make his way to the press box. As we take a look here, final score, Cheyenne East did come and finally get away from Cheyenne Central. They won that ball game 42-24.
Oh wow!
In that, Central led that game at halftime. Kelly Walsh leading Natrona County 35-25 in the fourth quarter. Laramie beat Cheyenne South tonight 63-0, and Campbell County now leading Thunder Basin 14-0 in the third quarter. In Class 3A, some scores from around the state. Star Valley, number 1 over Cody, 14-7. That's number 1 over number 2. Number 3, Riverton over number 4, Lander, 17-13. So a couple really close games there in Class 3A. Number 5, Douglas beat Rollins 47-0. Green River beat Powell 44-14. And in the fourth quarter, Jackson leading Evanston 37-27. And the last report from Buffalo was leading Torrington 10-6. In Class 2A, Cokeville over Kemmerer 42-6. Bighorn beat Glenrock 59-0. Mountain View over Worland 53-17. Number 3, Thermopolis over Lyman 14-7. Lovell beat Pinedale 34-27, and Burns beat Upton Sundance 21-0. And Tongue River beat Wheatland 14-7. Tongue River gets their first win of the year tonight. So congratulations to Coach Hansen and the Tongue River Eagles.
Yeah, big win for them.
And that's a road win as well.
Yeah.
And the last update, Newcastle was leading Moorcroft 17-0. And in Class 1A, 9-man, Pine Bluffs over Wright 60-13. Grable over Mountain View 22-14. Shoshone over Wyoming Indians 63-0. And Lingle Fort Laramie over Lusk 24-8. That rounds up the scoring for tonight. We'll take another quick timeout. When we come back, Coach Mowry will be right here on the postgame show. You're listening to Bronc Football on 1410 KWYO and 106.9 FM.
Wyoming Corporate Office is located at 30 North Gould Street in Sheridan, and they provide a myriad of services. What is a registered agent, you may ask? The real question is, what aren't they? Wyoming Corporate Office can assist you in forming your LLC or Wyoming-based corporation, provide mail forwarding service, and accept legal and financial documents, and so much more. Learn more today by visiting WyomingCorporateOffice.com.
Hey Colton, now that the fall season is here, it reminds me of how many things there are to keep track of during the school year.
No kidding. There's the backpacks, pencils, notebooks, but there's also the cleats, gym shoes, band instruments, not to mention everything parents are accounting for on top of it.
Hi, this is Jill Bates with the Bates team at Best, and we know how much work it is, even just remembering everything you need for the next day.
And this is Colton Bates. It's why we work hard to make the real estate process as seamless as possible so you can make the move you want and keep your life moving.
Whether buying or selling, let us help make it the best experience for you.
Give us a call at 675-BEST and visit bestwy.net today.
Range is giving thanks to local businesses that make living here the best. This year, we thank the Sheridan County YMCA, the Hub on Smith, Teriyaki Magnus, Java Moon, and the Sheridan Seed Company for all they do. Range is donating to organizations chosen by these businesses to help spread joy and thanks this season. Live your West life. That's the motivation for everything we do at Range. Learn more at range.net/givesthanks.
In a world full of pipes, they existed for over 100 years, getting to the source of humanity's plumbing problems. Now, in a toilet somewhere in the city, a terrible evil has been released. One man, one mission, one chance, and this time, it's for real. For showtimes and plumbing, call A+ Plumbers and Appliance Repair, 672-9454.
With the colder weather coming, Moss Holders wants to help you be a little more comfortable in your home. So right now, all reclining furniture is on sale. Save on every reclining sofa, love seat, and individual recliner Moss Holders sells. You can choose from a wide variety of quality manufacturers like Flex Steel, Southern Motion, Best, and more. Moss Holders has a large selection in stock, or you can customize your piece and order in your perfect recliner in a fabric or leather of your choice. That's Moss Holders Reclining Sale going on now. Moss Holders, furniture is our passion.
Have you been in to see Sheridan YO Sports Cards yet? It's the spot to get your hands on incredible sports cards and memorabilia. Sheridan's premier spot for buying cards. All major sports cards including fighting, wrestling, Pokemon, and even racing. These guys have hobby boxes for the serious collectors and packs for those getting started. Graded slabs from PSA, SGC, and if you have a big card to grade, talk to the guys to have your card submitted to PSA. Family friendly and located inside Sheridan Stationery Books and Gifts, 535 North Main, open 7 days a week.
Mobile banking is a terrific service with numerous features, and Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union has it. With the Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union mobile banking app, use your smartphone for remote deposit, transferring money, paying bills, making loan payments, and more. Take a picture of a check and deposit it into your account. Mobile banking is fantastic at Sheridan Community Federal Credit Union, 141 South Gould, member NCUA, equal housing lender.
Sign up now for 4th and 5th grade basketball from the Sheridan Rec District. This program introduces the game of basketball, focusing on fundamentals, teamwork, and sportsmanship. Team rosters are built by the school your kids attend as much as possible. All youth are encouraged to participate in this fun program. Sign up online now at SheridanRecreation.com or just swing by the Rec District office at Thorn Rider Park or call 674-6421.
Looking for a hobby that inspires you? Sheridan College's community interest classes let you learn something new just for the joy of it. Sharpen your creativity with watercolor in Johnson County. Stretch into beginning yoga or finally take that swing with golf for beginners. Available in Sheridan, discover fly tying, Plains Indian art history, intro to butchering, and investing basics. Why wait? Make time for yourself this fall. Sign up today at sheridan.edu/community or call 307-675-0115. That's sheridan.edu/community or call 675-0115.
Looking to get rewarded just for spending? With our You Choose Debit Cards reward program, you can earn points every time you swipe. Redeem your points for cashback, gift cards, travel, and more. It's your money. It pays to spend smarter. Enroll today and make your debit card work as hard as you do. Visit Security State Bank today and start earning with You Choose Rewards at no cost to you. Security State Bank, small enough to listen, big enough to help. Member FDIC.
This is Dr. Dana Leroy with Leroy Family Dental, and you're listening to Sheridan Media Sports.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium here in Rock Springs High School. Joining us now on the First Federal Bank and Trust postgame show is head coach Jeff Marion. Coach, our good friend and mentor, my mentor, and obviously you were very close with Trevor as well, but yep. he would have described tonight's game as brutal.
Yeah, that would have been hard.
Obviously, a win's a win. Yep. We talked about that at the pregame show. Yep. Anytime you get a 4A football win, it's a good thing.
Yep.
But just some offensive struggles tonight.
There was, and there was some offensive struggles and some struggles in different places. At the end of the game, it's a win, like you said, and we bring our guys up at the end of the game and say, hey, what did we see done well? And there was some good things done well. We turned the ball over. With our defense, we had lots of opportunities, got the ball out, some good strips, some interceptions, and I thought our defense played well throughout the night. Special teams, I thought, were critical. Willis Long coming up on that last onside kick, a sophomore that showed some confidence, came up and played that ball really well on an onside kick. I thought our punt team was good. We're punting Liam, who is our third punter now of the season, and he's come in and done a good job. So we've really done a good job on some special teams and defense tonight, and our offense did struggle. We got 14 points early and had some good plays early on, and then just the defense stymied us, I think, in the second half, and we got frustrated, and we tried so hard to make it work that I think we ended up hurting ourselves a little bit as well.
Well, I think obviously we scored on another play, but it was called back on a penalty. But that was a beautifully thrown ball. I mean, maybe one of the best balls thrown all year, and. Gage took it into the end zone, but obviously the penalties kind of hurt us at times tonight too.
Yeah, and we'll take a look at the film, and we got to get our hands inside. And I think, at times the movement on the defensive end caused us fits, and then we were reaching and hanging on a little bit and had some holding calls. And just it had a hard time getting the ball moving at all. We'd get one first down and then get stymied on the next and have a backwards play, and we had some, missed snaps for whatever reason. If we're not catching them or the snaps high, I'm not sure what it was. We'll look at film, but multiple of those, our fourth down play, we were going for it and missed a snap. It just seemed like we couldn't quite get it right on the offensive side of things, and that starts with me.
I guess the bright side is you get to go back and watch film and regroup, and for the first time all year, the offensive line struggled tonight. We really praised them early on in the game because I thought they were doing some really good things. But as the game went on, they kind of struggled especially to protect the quarterback.
Yeah, and they we got into positions where they knew we were going to throw the ball. Yeah. We put ourselves in 3rd and 17, and they can pin their ears back, and do those kind of things. I thought. Down the stretch, though, we're going to have to play some tight ball games, and for us to get into some tight ball games, I think is going to benefit us. This is a 14-6 win. we haven't played in a 14-6 game in a long time.
Yeah.
And so for our kids to bow their necks and defense really stymieing them at the end, that was big for us. And so for us to be able to finish tight games is going to be important. And, this one might not have been what we liked, but at the end of the day, we finished a tough ball game, and they had some momentum, and we were able to finish and close it out.
And you get that 50th win. And that just sounds cool.
Yeah.
50 consecutive wins.
Yeah, and I hope these guys celebrate it. They got to enjoy it. Not very often you get 50 games in a row. And I think part of our issue tonight, I think, is those guys are trying so hard and putting pressure on themselves to perform that we just got to get out and play football. And
just have fun.
We got to quit thinking we're really overthinking things, and then when we overthink, we don't play well. And so we've got to go back to the drawing board a little bit and get these young men to loosen up and play football like they know how, and to enjoy the game a little bit.
Well, congratulations on number 50, and go get back on that bus and head for home. I know you're not going all the way home tonight, but the kids will get a good night's sleep, and you'll get home tomorrow and regroup.
Yeah, we will. We'll got some film downloaded. We'll take a look. I know there are some close ball games going on out there, and so see what that looks like moving forward.
Well, congratulations. We'll talk again next week.
All right, thank you.
Head coach Jeff Mowry here on the Postgame Show. That's going to wrap it up for us. The Broncs do get that 50th win in a row, 14-6 tonight over the Rock Springs Tigers. So the Broncs move to 7-0 on the season. Rock Springs, they will fall to 1-6 on this young season. Actually, I guess it's not young. 2 weeks left in the regular season. The Broncs, they'll be on the road again next week. We'll have